Oh, we're here. We're here. We're ready to rock and roll. Thursday. It's Thursday. And I sometimes forget that it's Thursday. I forget what day of the week it is constantly. Aw, thanks for the hand pats. Appreciate that. Oh, god dang it. I'm losing my mind. Constantly losing my mind. But hello. Hello, everyone. Turn that off. Zen, how are you feeling? Are you still sick? Please tell me you still aren't sick. I would like you to not be sick anymore. Please. Celestial, hi. Hi, baby. Are you at your new job yet? The answer should be yes. Ooh, a hydrate? Absolutely. I will take that hydrate with all the love I can fathom in my body. Water. Yeah, drink. Zen, that's also for you. Drink your water. Drink water. Before I have to come and find you. And you don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want me to come and find you. But yeah, it's Thursday, but I feel like I don't know. Oh, you're right, I am. Hold on. Shit's constantly breaking. There we go. Haha. Hello. Yes, things are always never not working. It is how it is. It's totally fine. It's fine. But hello. Hello, everyone. The drink is for everyone. Everyone drink. Everyone drink water. Everyone stay hydrated. For the love of God. Everyone drink. But hello. We're gonna try something a little different today because I just want to wind down and I told myself I'm gonna read more books. 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 So we are in our comfy clothes. We're in our comfy clothes because we're gonna go. We're gonna read together, or I'm gonna read to you. I don't know. A three stream streak. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You lost your coffee. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is so unfortunate. Oh. I'm so sorry. You've had a busy week. Yeah. I'm doing interesting new things. Oh no. I left college early. I took a long nap. Oh, I still feel bad. Ugh. That's not fun. That's not fun for anyone. But yeah, we're just gonna relax and oh, I have to show you my new screen. Hold on. Hello. Welcome in to that way you don't have to. Yeah, you did hear a pupper. It's my dog. My dog is wild. That way you guys I don't have to try to pretend to be a puppeteer, and you guys don't have to like actually watch if you don't want to. You can just hang out and listen, and yeah, it'll be great. I want this. Oh, you just look that small? That's fun. Okay. Well, we're gonna fix you. So yeah. I just have to lurk. Exactly. You just have to lurk. I'm just gonna read. And that's what this is gonna be. That way I can hold myself accountable and actually read books. And I am actually really excited for this series that I'm gonna be starting. So I don't know if anybody has heard of something called Twisted Tale. It's basically a whole bunch of what if series for like what's the word? Disney stories. So the one we have today is Hi Golden. Golden Freddy. Oh God. Hi. The one we have, as you can clearly see on screen, is A Whole New World. They're all written by the same chick. They're all super fun and interesting. I'm currently reading Unbirthday on my own, which is an Alice in Wonderland retelling. Hive Hive. So yeah, I figured there's like 25 of these books, and I could read one on my own and then read one with you guys. So I randomly picked up Unbirthday, not realizing it was the 10th book in the series, technically. So I looked up which one was the first one, and it was the Aladdin book. So I was like, you know what? We're just gonna read the Aladdin one together. We're gonna do that one together, and it'll be fun. It'll be a great time. So yeah, I'll just go chapter by chapter. We'll stop and pop in for like check-ins, water, snacks, all that fun jazz. And yeah. You're saying your week has been busy? Oh, during my streaming. Gotcha. Well, hopefully things relax a little for you. My book is already bent, and it's because of my children. I can already feel it. It's fine. Anywho, yeah. I'm gonna turn the music down just a titch. There we go. And yeah, we're just gonna start reading because, like I said, I am actually like super interested in these stories. Because something you guys probably don't know about me is I am a Disney nut. I worked there for a really long time. I've seen almost every single movie. I love the parks. And yeah, so this will be a fun little thing we can do. Anywho, this is A Whole New World by Liz Braswell. I don't know names. Also, this is practice for VA work. I hope you guys enjoy. Anywho. A white night moon casts its light on the city below as brightly as the sun was said to shine in northern countries. White mud brick buildings gleam like pebbles from a faraway beach. That's loud. Hold on. I'm gonna have to have you turn that down just a little. Husband started watching a movie right behind me, and it's really loud. It's fine. It's totally fine. White mud brick buildings gleam like pebbles from a faraway beach. The golden onion domes of the capital glittered in a dream against the pale dunes on a dark, starry night. The heat of the day had long since retreated into the desert, and the city, which had drowsed it through the hot afternoon, was finally coming alive. The streets filled with people drinking tea and gossiping, laughing, and visiting friends. Old men played chatrang on boards set up outside cafes. Children stayed up long past their bedtimes playing their own games on the sidewalk. Men and women had color-rosed ices and trinkets from nighttime vendors. Life was noisy and exuberant in moonlit Agrabah. Well, not everywhere in Agrabah. In another part of town, the streets were silent as shadow and black as death. It was not safe for any of the gaily dressed people down there. Even the locals tend to stay indoors or stick to the unseen alleys and secret passageways that riddle the area out of the view of the streets. Here, the white halls of the building were faded and pitted, mud peeled away from their black underlings in the great baths. Half-built timber structures were the only evidence of an ancient sultan's dream to improve the district, to widen the roads, to bring in water. After he was poisoned, the whole project was dropped. Now the skeletal remains of his grand plan whistled in the desert wind like corpses hanging from giblets. This was the quarter of the street rats. This is where thieves, beggars, murderers, and the poorest of the poor lived. The children who no one wanted. The adults no one would hire for any kind of honest work. All of them made their homes here. The orphan, the unlucky, the sick, the discarded. It was a whole other Agrabah. Along the huts and hovels, the fallen down public buildings, and the decaying houses of worship was one tiny home that was slightly better kept than the others. Its mud walls looked like they had been whitewashed at least once in the past decade. A broken urn outside the door contained a clutch of desert blooms, kept alive by someone's regular application of precious water. A proper rug, albeit in tatters, lay in front for visitors to leave their sandals on, in the unlikely event they owned a pair. Through the keyhole-shaped window, passerbys could hear the soft sounds of a woman humming. If they peeked through the wooden screen, they would see her, a kind-hearted woman who wore her rags with the grace of a queen. Her clothes were clean, as was the pair of pants she had carefully mended in the spotted shaft of moonlight that came through the window. A loud knocking sounded on her door. 3 strikes, and very powerful. No one in the street rat district knocked like that. Anyways, it was furtive, and often in code. The lady looked surprised, but carefully sat down her work and adjusted her headscarf before approaching the door. "Who is it?" she called, her fingers on the handle. "It's me, Mom," said a voice. The woman smiled with pleasure and unhooked the latch. "But Aladdin," she admonished laughingly, opening the door. "You know better than to—" She stopped when she realized 4 people were standing in the doorway. One was her son, Aladdin. He was scrawny, like all the children of the street rats, barefoot with dark skin and thick raven black hair like his father's, which was covered in the dust of the street. He held himself as his mother had taught him, head high, chest up, street rat in name only. His friends, if she could use that word, slid a little to the side, giggling and looking ready to bolt. If there was trouble, of course, Morgiana and Duban would be involved. Aladdin's mother clutched her teeth as her sly eyes in obvious glees to get away. Behind Aladdin stood a tall, skinny man with long blue robe and matching turban. Akram, the dried fruit and nut seller. He had her son's shoulder in a bony grip that threatened to tighten if the boy had so much as thought of escaping. "Your son," Akram said politely but angrily, and his compatriots once again were at the market, stealing. "Empty your pockets, street rat." Aladdin shrugged endearingly. As he did, he pulled the insides of his pocket out, revealing dried figs and dates. He was not so careless as to let them fall on the floor, however. "Aladdin," his mother said sharply. "You wicked boy. I'm so sorry, good sir. Tomorrow Aladdin will run errands for you all day. Whatever you want, he will fetch you water." Aladdin started to protest, but the look from his mother silenced him. Duban and Morgiana laughed at him. "And you two should as well," she added. "You're not my mother," Morgiana said insolently. "You can't tell me what to do. No one can." "It's unfortunate you don't have a mother like this poor woman," Akram said sternly. "You will wind up with your head on a spike before you're 16, girl." Morgiana stuck her tongue out at him. "Come on," Duban said a little nervously. "Let's get out of here." The two scampered off into the night. Aladdin looked after them dolefully, abandoned by his friends to perish they all deserved. "You would do well to avoid their company, I think," Akram said thoughtfully. "But all 3 of you are lucky it was I who caught you and not another. There are some vendors who would demand your head in payment for the fruit you stole." "Here, let me wrap up your goods to take back with you," Aladdin's mother said, taking the fruit from her son and looking around for a suitable cloth to hold it in. "That's all right," Akram said uncomfortably. His eyes darted around the tiny, dark hovel. "I've already packed up for the day. And a hard-working woman who is so alone shouldn't be punished for the sins of another. Consider it a gift." Aladdin's mother's eyes flashed. "I do not need your charity. My husband will return any day now," she said. "Kasim will have made his fortune and will take us to a place more fitting for his family. I'm just ashamed of what he has come back to in the meantime." Of course," Akram said soothingly. "I eagerly await seeing him again. He loved my cashews." Aladdin's mother basked in the glow of someone else's memory of her husband, as second-handed as it was. Aladdin slumped. Akram's hand returned to his shoulder, but instead of a hard pinch of an angry captor, it gave a nervous pat of someone who felt sorry for the boy. This only made Aladdin feel worse. Here now. Is everything all right? A market guard, one of the younger ones, stood out in the night. He held a cudgel in his hands and had a serious look in his eyes. I heard there was a disturbance at your tent, Akram. It was nothing, Rasul, the merchant said, just as smoothly as he had talked to Aladdin's mother. A misunderstanding. It is all sorted now. Thank you for your concern. The guard, who only seemed to be indulging in a little too much pastry, did not press the matter as other guards might have. He saw the quietly determined woman, the dejected-looking Aladdin, the poverty of the house. All right, then. Akram, I will walk you back to your tent. This is not a safe place for respectable people like yourself at night. 1,000 thanks, Rasul. Akram gave Aladdin's mother a bow. Peace be with you. And to you, she said, nodding her head. And thank you. With the merchant and the guard left, she closed the door wearily and ran a hand through her son's hair. Aladdin, what do we do with you? What? He demanded, no longer slumped, but grinning like the thief and jumping up and down with excitement. Everything looked out! And look, we have a feast tonight. He excitedly pulled more figs and dates out of his pockets and put them in a clipping bowl. But then, from the sash of his pants, he pulled fresh almonds and smoked pistachios, and from somewhere under the scrap of his shirt, cashews. Aladdin, his mother admonished him, but she was trying not to chuckle. I did it for you, Mom. You deserve a treat. You never get anything for yourself. Oh, Aladdin, I don't need anything except you, she said, taking him in her hands and holding him tightly against her. Mom, Aladdin whispered into her robes. I've seen you give me the biggest part of whatever we have to eat. It's not fair. I just want to take care of you. There are a lot of things that aren't fair, Aladdin. She drew back from him, still holding his hands and looking into his eyes. That's just the way life is, which is why it's so important for street rats to take care of each other. That's a good instinct you have. You should always look out for your friends and your family, because no one is going to look out for us. But that doesn't mean you should have to become a thief. Aladdin looked at the ground. She put her hand under his chin to make him look up at her. Don't let life's unfairness. Don't let how poor you are decide who you are. You choose who you will be, Aladdin. Will you be a hero who looks after the weak and powerless? Will you be a thief? Will you be a beggar? Or worse? It's up to you. Not the things or people around you. You can choose to be something more. Aladdin nodded, lip trembling. He was too old to cry. He was. His mother kissed him again and sighed, then moved past him to inspect the fruit. Maybe it's because you're just alone here with your mother all the time, she said partly to herself. You don't have any playmates except for those good-for-nothing Dupin and Morgiana. You need a real friend. Or maybe a pet. Or something. Yes, a pet. But Aladdin wasn't listening. He moved to the window and pushed aside the screen. This was the best. The only good thing about their house. Due to the trick of the zigzag streets, a hole in the mind of the architect. They had a perfect view of the castle. He looked at the white towers, even whiter under the moonlight and glittering onion domes. The colorful flags from the spires, so pointy and perfect they looked like they could pierce the sky themselves. You can choose to be something more. And that was the prologue. I already really like this. This is fun. I really like stories that do like what if tales like this. I think they're a lot of fun. Oh my gosh, Quinny, hi. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on in. I don't normally do these kinds of streams, but we're chilling today. We're chilling like the villains we are. Oh, Peter, a stretch and a hydrate? Absolutely. I will probably do those by default after every chapter. I'm not shrimping per se, but like, I'm also not in the best of positions. You know what I mean? Also, I busted out my, how big is this? 64 ounce of water. That totally happened. But yeah, so far. I normally give books like the 3 prologue treatment. Like if I don't like them within... Someone just tried calling me. What the fuck? Why? Okay, whatever. I don't have my phone on me, so I was just like, why is someone trying to call me? Anywho, we're gonna continue on. Aw, fan, thank you so much for all the likes. Alright, I guess officially chapter 1? All this for a loaf of bread. Perhaps there was a moon in the sky somewhere, but her brother the sun ruled now, and everything faded into a whiteness of the hot day, which was even hotter on a glaring, bright, sun-bleached roof. Safe, Aladdin said with a grin, clutching his dearly gotten treasure. He took a quick look over the edge of the building to make sure no one had followed him up there, his dark arms flexing with easy strength as he held his chest off the rough bricks. Then he sat down, relaxed, getting ready to break bread for his precious half of the prize, his large, clear brown eyes twinkling in happy expectation. 1 loaf of bread, more valuable than all the cold, glittering stones at Agrabah. The little oh, I was gonna say, hold on, I completely forgot. I do like already the attention to detail of stuff. We never knew Aladdin's name or Aladdin's mom's name, so I'm glad that like this author didn't just make one up for her. But we did know that Kasim was his dad. That was that we did know from the King of Thieves movie. And now it seems like Abu is in this. So it's cute that they're keeping everything the same. The little monkey next to him chattered in anticipation. Abu had been the last gift from his mother. Aladdin's father, of course, had never come back from seeking the fortune abroad. Aladdin had never believed in that fairy tale anyway, but it was of no great loss. But his mother had been afraid of his becoming too wild, too much of a loner without a real family. She thought a pet would tame him. And perhaps it had. Except that he had to steal for both of them now. And lunch is finally served, Aladdin said, gesturing to his friends with the bread. Stop, thief! Abu fled. Aladdin leapt up. Somehow the market guards had actually managed to clamber up the ladder onto the roof behind him. 2 made it up anyway, with an enraged Rasul following close behind. These days he wore the striped turban crown with a black onyx that marked that he was a captain of the guard. Despite their run-ins, even Aladdin had to admit that the man had risen honestly through the ranks. But that didn't mean Aladdin liked him. I'll have your hands for a trophy, street rat, Rasul bellowed. He puffed as he dragged his body up the ladder. He must have been indubitably annoyed by the effort he had to expend to get up there. All of this for a loaf of bread? Aladdin asked, exasperated. He had specifically chosen to lift it from one of the carts loaded on the royal outing, a picnic for the Sultan, for one of his dear dessert kite-flying romps or something equally ridiculous. As fat as he was, one tiny sultan couldn't possibly have missed a little loaf of bread. But apparently the guards could, and under the law, if the accuser chose to, he could have a thief's hand chopped off in punishment. And Rasul's scimitar was looking particularly shiny and pointy in the sunlight at the moment. So Aladdin leapt off the side of the building. Aladdin was many things. Quick, strong, clever, agile, fast-thinking, nimble. He was not rash. So while the guards stopped short, shocked by what seemed like a deadly, incredibly insane stunt, and only mildly nervous Aladdin plummeted down toward the street, grabbing onto clotheslines he knew would be there. There was, of course, always the chance that the ropes wouldn't hold, but Aladdin had luck on his side. Throwing his hands out only resulted in being hit in the head by clean laundry and getting rope burns that as he slowly descended. When it grew too painful to bear, he would let go and land on a bruising, bony crust of the street. I just had a stroke. There's no time to reflect on his safety, his luck, or any injuries that would have made him that he would have to look at later. He had to plan his next move immediately, to stay one step ahead of the guards who would be hurrying down to see what would happen to him. one step ahead of the breadline. That's a cute little nod. The widow Gulbahar's robes were tangled around him, and it occurred to Aladdin that if no one saw, he could easily wrap himself in them and disguise as a pious, albeit ugly, girl and sneak out through the harems. He paused. A loud feminine laughter erupted above him. He looked out the window. He looked up to see the widow herself leaning out the window and smiling not too unkindly at him. 2 other women stood nearby, where they had been enjoying a good gossip before his exciting arrival. They would be their only pleasure today because the task of finding food and work began. Isn't it a little early for you to be getting into trouble already, Aladdin? Gulbahr teased. Ouch! Only in trouble. Ouch! If you get caught, Aladdin protested, trying not to show pain as he rose and joined them. He hoped he'd gotten the hint as he swirled the cloth around his head and neck. He leaned to the wall as what he hoped was a feminine way, throwing his hips out and keeping his back to the alley where the guards would enter. Gulbahr rolled her eyes and shook her head. Aladdin, you gotta settle down, she sighed. Get a nice girl. She'll fix you up. The older women nodded in agreement. They knew about nice girls, being far removed from the definition. But they had to eat, and often in Agrabah, nice girls didn't. There he is, Rasul suddenly shouted. He and a whole squad of guards stomped down the alley, closing Aladdin's entrance. Now I'm in trouble, Aladdin said. He turned to go, but Rasul must have pulled in his remaining anger and energy into one fiery lunge. He managed to grab Aladdin's arm and spin him around. This time, street rat, But before he could finish his threat, a screaming little monkey leaped onto his head and tore his eyes with sharp claws. Perfect timing, Abu, Aladdin said dramatically for the benefit of the women watching. Then he ran. He scattered around Rasul and managed to duck past the rest of the guards as they grabbed at him ineptly. 10 of them weren't worth one Rasul, thank goodness. He was the only one Aladdin needed to worry about, and he knew the streets almost as well as the boy did. Aladdin ducked into what looked like a crack in the city itself, where 2 buildings crumbled and tilted into each other, leaning against each other like men. Aladdin ran under them and wound up in a badly kept courtyard. A dry and useless fountain stood in the center. Once, long ago, it had worked. Maybe, when some sultan cared about such nicer things for the poor residents of Agrabah. Rasul appeared at the opposite end of the courtyard, scimitar raised. Do not think you can escape back to that maze of the eastern streets, Aladdin, he said sternly. He almost smiled when he saw the surprised look on Aladdin's face. Oh yes, I know your plan. But you have broken the law. You must accept your punishment. You're really going to chop off my hand for stealing 1 loaf of bread? Aladdin said, trying to buy time as he bounced lightly on his toes, circling around, keeping the fountain between them. The law is the law. Aladdin feigned to the left and then tried to lunge right. Rasul wasn't fooled at all. His scimitar lashed out to the right. Aladdin ducked, sucking his stomach in, but he didn't come away unscathed. A tiny ribbon of scarlet unfurled across his skin. Aladdin hissed in pain. Rasul paused. Perhaps if you explain to the judge, he will be lenient. He will weigh your circumstances. But that is his job. Mine is to bring you in. Really? I thought your job was to eat baklava. You're slowing down, old man, Aladdin taunted. With a howl of rage, Rasul brought his scimitar down as hard as he could. Aladdin dropped on a ball and rolled out of the way. Sparks flew when the point of the scimitar hit the cobbled pavement. He scrambled up rickety old scaffolding and barely held his weight. It certainly didn't support Rasul's. The guards swore in frustration as Aladdin ran as fast as he could, leaping from rooftop to rooftop in a random pattern. Without a clear thought or plan, he concentrated on just putting as much distance between him and the market as he could before descending into the quieter, darker quarter of the street rats. A clattering scream announced that Abu had finally caught up. He leapt onto Aladdin's shoulder and clung there while the boy, still being cautious, kept to the shadows and dunked into empty houses, through their crackling windows or their gaping doors. Finally, he felt that he could stop where they came into a cul-de-sac, so decrepit and useless that it acted like a makeshift garbage dump than the slums. No city workers came to take refuge away, and it grew in piles that the poorest of the poor picked over, hoping for an overlooked scrap. It was smelly, but it was safe. Phew, the old man's getting slower, but he's getting smarter, Aladdin admitted begrudgingly, clapping the dust off his pants and vest. And now, esteemed Effendi, we feast. He smiled down at the base of the wall and finally broke his bread, giving half to Abu, who grabbed it excitingly. But just as Aladdin was about to take a big, welcoming bite, the clatter of something hitting the pavement stopped him. He expected guards. He expected to run again. He didn't expect to see two of the smallest, scrawniest children in Agrabah. They jumped, scared by the noise that they had made themselves while picking through the garbage and looking for something to eat. When they spotted Aladdin, they didn't quite cling to each other, but moved closer for safety. Their eyes were huge. Their bellies were sunken. Only on closer inspection could he tell one was a girl. Their rags were shapeless and they were very, very skinny. I'm not going to hurt you. You look familiar. Have we met before? The children said nothing and hid whatever they had, bones, melon rinds, behind their backs. Street rats take care of each other. The words of his mother traveled across the years to him. Here, he said, getting up slowly without making any sudden movements. He knew what it was like to be afraid of someone bigger, healthier, or older than you would hurt you and steal whatever you had. He had his hands out, one empty, in peace, the other with the bread. The two children couldn't help staring at the bread. Take it, he urged softly. They didn't need much compelling. The girl, bolder, reached out and took it, trying not to grab. She muttered thank you before immediately tearing it almost in half. She gave the larger piece to her skinnier, tinier brother. Abu watched this interestingly, chewing on his piece. Aladdin felt a lump of anger form in his throat. When was the last time these two kids had a full meal or a good long clean drink of water? This was the way he had been as a child. Nothing had changed. The Sultan still sat in his beautiful golden dome palace playing with his toys while people starved in the streets. Nothing would ever change under the Sultan, or someone woke up and saw how his people were suffering. Aladdin sighed and lifted Abu onto his shoulder. He walked home slowly, belly empty of bread but full of anger and despair. And that's chapter 1. I love how that whole breakdown was just literally just a breakdown of one step ahead. I love that so much. Aw, Queenie, thank you so much for the gifted sub. Lloyd, if you're there, be sure to give thanks. Another stretch. It is really pretty. It is really good so far. I like the writing. Like, it's very much just like you could just read this as is and not have to worry about anything. It's nice. I like it. But yeah, I love how that whole chapter was literally just a one step ahead. Like, it was literally just recounting everything that happened in one step ahead, which is very cute. Which makes me like, I'm wondering where the twist is going to be, because like reading the back of it, it almost makes it sound like Jafar is going to come into power sooner. I mean, you can even tell from the cover, Jafar is a pretty prominent finger on it. So I am interested to see where he's going to like pop out and do stuff. Ugh, but a stretch is needed. A glorious stretch. Did somebody try to freaking call me again? Okay, whatever. Oh, I just now saw that. Somebody said I didn't know Aladdin had a book. It is a what if book. Basically, someone took a lot of the Disney stories and twisted them around, whether it's in favor of the villains or just whatever is going on at the time. This one just happens to be Aladdin. All right. Chapter 2, but for an apple. Ooh, I wonder if this is Jasmine, because I'm pretty sure he used an apple to get her out of trouble. So we'll see. I do like this is following more the movie, not so much the musical. Just because the musical did add a little bit, and they also got rid of Abu. So I am glad on that front. I was a little worried at first that they were going to try to, like, make everyone human. But so far, it's literally just following the movie and giving it some added flair. Evening came. The sun began its downward journey. The moon prepared to rise, and Aladdin woke from his afternoon nap, eager for the promise of a fresh start. And this, perhaps more than his fleet-as-the-wind feet, was his quick mind and his quicker tongue, was what kept him alive and healthy all those years growing up in the slums. Endless optimism. If he just kept his eyes and mind open, anything was possible. Even dinner. He traveled out of the quarter of the street rats to prey on merchants who were perhaps a little too less familiar with him and his techniques. Monkeys weren't that unusual in Agrabah. Monkeys who hung out at the market a lot and continually stole things were. I feel like it's a melon day, Aladdin said, scooping out some potential mark from the shadows of a camel wagon. His stomach growled in agreement at the thought of a ripe, juicy piece of fruit. The events of the morning were still fresh in his mind, however, they had weighed in on his decision. The melon merchant in question was screaming at a woman and refusing to haggle. I would die of starvation myself if I lowered my prices for you. Anyone would demand it. And where's your headscarf, you insolent woman? Go back to the harem where you belong. Oh, yikes. So that's how we're doing this. Okay. Yep. The woman sadly turned to leave. She had long black hair pulled in a braid that was streaked with gray. Not jasmine, got it. Her robes hung on her loosely. Aladdin couldn't help but noticing how much she looked like his mother. Husband just gave me a pie and a shake. I'm so excited. Aladdin couldn't help that she looked like his mother. A scrawny girl, child or grandmother, tagged behind her. Yeah, definitely Melon, he mumbled to himself. He picked up Abu and pointed him toward the market. You're up, little buddy. It didn't take much encouragement, the monkey, to go towards the giant piles of dark green fruit. Aladdin leapt up on the balcony above and dropped lightly into the beam that supported the melon tent. He leaned over and listened carefully. The moment he heard the merchant screaming and chasing after Abu, he stretched down like a snake and scooped up the closest ripe melon. Once safely back in sight, he whistled a short call that would have been mistaken for a song of a dove. Instantly, the mutter's chattering ceased. Yes, be off, you thief! Aladdin heard the merchant snarl. A moment later, Abu popped up on the beam next to Aladdin. They both squatted in comically similar positions, while Aladdin broke the melon in a pointy piece of wood and served it up. This is all worthwhile. This is the life, Aladdin said, relishing his first big juicy bite. He rested comfortably, eating his dinner, feeling the sun warm on his skin and muscles. The morning's bruises were already fading from his arms and legs. The crowds were just beginning to throng the marketplace as the last heat of the day began to wane. Colorful tents and awnings clung to every structure as far as the eye could see, like newly hatched butterflies stunning their wings. The late orange light made the white arches, towers, and balconies gleam like ancient gold. Locals, men in tunics and turbans and vests and pants, women's in large, colorful robes, sometimes silk, sometimes cotton, sometimes with matching headscarves, sometimes not, expected the produce and goods with keen eyes. Among them wandered foreigners, strange-eyed men in dark galabia and women with equally dark makeup. Occasionally there was the flash of gold around a wrist, the sparkling bright green gems on a neck. Aladdin sighed in contentment. Could there truly be any more marvelous place in the world than the bustling cosmopolitan Agrabah. But in the shadows stood gaunt old men, almost naked, waiting to be summoned to clean up the camel dung or other offal, hoping for a tip. This is how they would spend their last years of their life. After a lifetime of taking care of their families, wasn't it their turn to be taken care of? To drink and play chess and smoke hookahs and enjoy their grandchildren? Come on, Abu, let's... And then he stopped. Aladdin felt a shift in the market mood. People were turning their heads and watching a girl as she walked through. She wore a tan robe and a headscarf and clothes of a local, but she didn't feel like a market regular. She moved slowly and gazed at everything with a child's wonder. Her eyes were huge and clear, her hair as black as midnight. She had a warm smile on her pretty lips and was obviously muttering hellos and excuse me's to people who didn't really care or want to talk. She walked in with the grace of a cloud on the wind, like her body weighed nothing at all, and held her head high with easy dignity. Easy. Aladdin felt his heart contract. He'd never seen her, anyone like her before. When the girl adjusted her scarf, she revealed an intricate diadem on her hair that had a ridiculously sized emerald on it. Ah, a rich girl, out for a day of shopping in the market without her servants, living dangerously, playing hooky. And then, of course, Aladdin saw the other people watching her. Feral eyes and shifty grins. His stomach sank. He only stole food for himself and Abu, and for the occasional hungry children. Other street gnats were not so discriminating. The way she was walking around, not paying attention, she would be relieved of all her jewelry and worldly goods before she reached the other end of the square. Why, if Daban and Moriana were here, they would have pickpocketed and tricked her out of her things in less time than would have taken to eat a melon. Unless they were distracted by her dazzling almond-shaped eyes. A street rat accidentally got in her path. Aladdin knew this one. He was small for his age, slender and slight, with a large head and equally large eyes. He always passed for a child years younger than he was, and he was making himself look very, very young and very, very hungry. But it was obvious from the pitying look on her face and that tone, she was a perfect mark. Abu clattered next to him. If the human wasn't going to finish his melon like a smart person, the monkey most definitely would eat it. Shh, Aladdin ordered. What happened next was nothing he, or any street rat, could possibly have foreseen. The beautiful girl took an apple from the closest stall and gave it to the boy, and then walked away. The street rat looked at the apple and then her retreating backside, confused. The fruit merchant grabbed her and demanded his money. She shrugged and shook her head as if he was insane. The street rat and everyone else watched her like she was insane, which she must have been. She just picked an apple like that and gave it away without paying for it? The merchant also stared at her for a moment, uncomprehending. Then he grabbed her and threw her against the stall. A crowd gathered to watch. Some men mumbled and protested about their own scars, but no one moved to help her. The merchant pulled out an extremely sharp knife and raised it above his wrist. By the time she started shrieking, Aladdin was already in the air, halfway to the stall. "Nobody steals from my cart," the merchant bellowed. At the point of the blade gleamed red in the afternoon light. "No!" the girl screamed. The knife descended quickly, whistling through the air. The crowd gasped. "Thank you, kind sir," Aladdin said, suddenly between the merchant and the girl. Before anyone had a chance to even register the newcomer's appearance, he gently pushed the man's arm away with one hand and grabbed the girl with his other. "1,000 blessings for you for finding my sister." "What?" the man asked, confused. "You know this girl?" "I've been looking all over for you," Aladdin said, admonishing the girl and wagging his finger in her face. The girl was a little more than confused herself. "What are you?" she began to ask. "Shh!" Aladdin mouthed. "Just play along." "Explain yourself. She was stealing from my cart," the merchant yelled. "My apologies, good sir. My sister sometimes causes trouble. She's wandered off from home again, Aladdin said sorrowfully. He tapped the side of his head. Sadly, she's a little crazy. The girl seemed furious at those words. Aladdin gave her a desperate look. Finally, she got it. She nodded her head slightly. She said she knew the Sultan, the merchant spat. He had a big show of letting his eyes travel up and down Aladdin. With her huge golden earrings, perfect health, and glowing skin, the girl seemed like someone who might know the Sultan. And Aladdin, with his thoroughbred pants, was definitely not. Aladdin's mind raced. Abu clattered inquisitively from the ground. The monkey obviously sensed the general trouble in the air. This was it. She thinks the monkey's the Sultan. Aladdin whispered loudly in the merchant's ear, loudly enough for the crowd and the girl to hear. Oh, wise, great Sultan, the girl began uncertainly, taking his cue. She looked at the muck-covered ground and then sharp knife the merchant still had, which was aimed at Aladdin now. She threw herself into the dirt, posturing herself in front of Abu. How may I serve you? The men and women of the crowd gave tetting noises and sounds of general sympathy. They began to disperse from the embarrassing scene. The merchant watched the pretty girl with the street dust and began to look convinced. This is where Aladdin had to finish up quickly and get out before anything went south. He palmed another apple off the cart. Tragic, isn't it? He sighed regrettably. He handed the merchant the apple. Well, no harm done. Come on, sis. We should go back home before Aunt Adina know. The girl stood up and tried to make her eyes look all goofy and crazy. It was a bit much, Aladdin thought, but not half bad for a naive rich girl. He put his hands on her shoulders and steered her through the crowd. She let herself be guided, walking stiffly. More like a ghoul than a crazy person, but whatever. It was good enough. She stopped in front of a camel. Oh, hello, Auntie Lindy, she said with a bright, dumb smile. That's not Auntie, he said through gritted teeth, and pushed her faster. He called out to Abu. Come on, Sultan. Unfortunately, that brought attention back to Abu. The tiny monkey was grabbing as small apples he could from the stall and holding them in his teeth. The merchant, who had finally lost interest in the proceedings, who had turned around to arrange the fruit, saw this. If he had been angry before, it was nothing like what he was experiencing now. His face turned purple and red with rage. For a moment, Aladdin almost worried the merchant would drop dead right there on the spot. Stop, thief! Aladdin grabbed the girl's hand and ran. Abu skittered after them, desperately trying to hold on to at least one apple. Cute! We met Jasmine! Jasmine's fun. Oh my goodness. Golden Shock and Christian, thank you so much for the follows. Welcome on in. Don't normally do these kinds of reads, but they are fun and we're having fun. So yeah. I hope you guys are enjoying yourself. So far, so good. Oh, my back. Oh, that's right. Husband like snuck up beside me and handed me a milkshake. That's pretty exciting. That is nice. He is nice. Aren't you nice, husband? He just went, Nah, he's a sweetie when he wants to be. Ugh. Taking another sip and another stretch. That was my cat jumping off my chair and it scared the shit out of me. Alrighty. This is what? Chapter 3. I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. I don't think these are numbered. They just have the title. It's fine. I believe chapter 3. Yeah, I think it's chapter 3 too. It's fine. All right. The cost of knowledge. Far beneath the deepest rooms of the palace, a secret workshop glowed red and orange from liquid fire that flowed in pits around it. Despite the seething, bloody glow, the room was cold. Almost cold. Jafar moved around carefully in his enveloping layers of robes, fingers tapping in impatience on empty ebony surface of his staff. He was the Sultan's Grand Vizier and closest advisor, and only friend since the Sultana had died. If the public gossiped openly about the royal princess, they confined their talk about Jafar to the midnight hours. It is said that he meddled with dark magic, that his cobra-headed staff gave him powers over others, that the Sultan was so completely within his control that nothing was out of Jafar's reach. Gossip aside, there was also solid facts about the man. He was the second most powerful person in the kingdom. He seemed to know everything that happened everywhere in Agrabah. He had, more than a few times, taken people and disappeared them into dungeons or worse. The workshop was part of that worse. Strange, terrible equipment covered the table Jafar currently leaned over. Rust-covered wood was carved with cogs and painted all over with ugly runes that seemed to whisper when he leaned in close. Black metal that wasn't iron twisted and spiked in unsettling shapes like a cage around wood. Scraps of wispy things, torn cloths, spider silk, bloody feathers, caught on its thorns and weaved in an unseen breeze like hair underwater. The air in the middle of all of it stuttered and rippled like the world itself was being torn apart. In the bleeding black hole, a wavering shape appeared. Jafar leaned closer, trying to make out the image. This was the most forbidden, the most esoteric magic known to all people of his ilk. Razar Hadanok, the seeing beyond. Just then, a puffy, sweaty form bounded down the final set of the stone stairs and led to Jafar's secret room. Rasul was obviously trying not to appear nervous and saluted as properly as he could muster. "You summoned me, Grand Vizier?" "Oh. That's fine. Okay." "I need you to find and bring me this man. It is of utmost importance to the Sultan." Jafar indicated the blurry shape of the air with a tack of his long, pointed finger. The captain of the guard moved in closer, in shuffling steps, trying to keep as much of his body as he could away from the evil-looking equipment. But when he focused on the picture in the air, he lost his nervousness to surprise. "That one, Vizier? He's but a boy, a street rat, a petty thief in the markets, nothing more. He could not possibly cause harm to the Sultan." Jafar raised a sharp eyebrow at the guard's presumption. "My magic has foretold that his role is certain events involving the fate of Agrabah. It is imperative you fetch him at once." "Yes, of course, Grand Vizier." Razul apologized quickly, sweeping down in a low bow. When he rose, he saluted to go, chancing one last look around the unforbidden workshop. "Where's Iago?" he asked before he could stop himself. Jafar asked distractingly, already turning his attention back to his device. Your parrot," Razul stammered. "You always have him on your shoulder. Or nearby." Jafar looked at the corner of the eye looked out of the corner of his eye at the frightening vizier, for a frightening moment. "Eating crackers somewhere, I would assume." Yes, of course, Grand Vizier," Razul said with another low bow. Then he hurried out of the room as fast as he could, without making it look like it. Jafar slowly tapped his left finger on the table, one after a number, contemplating the image. "So," he said slowly, at the picture of the boy, You are the only one the ancient powers say can enter the cave and live. Much good it may do you, my diamond in the rough. I've always liked that phrase. That's the end of the chapter, by the way. Short chapter. Also, that's probably the first change we've come across. That Iago wasn't there. Because I do distinctly remember in the movie, Iago's with him almost all the time. So that is interesting. But I've always liked the phrase diamond in the rough. It's like the song they gave him in the musical is also very fun. It's called Diamond in the Rough. It's a really fun song. And I'm not even going to attempt to imitate Freeman and his portrayal of Jafar. I don't think I could, even if I really wanted to. Oh my gosh, Speed Gamer, hi. Welcome on in. We're reading a book. But yeah, that was a very short chapter, but very odd. Very odd chapter. What? I can show you the world. We're not there yet, but I don't even know if that scene's gonna happen. This is like a twisted dark fantasy. I don't know if they're gonna get their love ballad. You know what I mean? All right, next chapter. The Agrabah no one sees. When they were what they thought was a safe distance from the market, Aladdin finally collapsed against an old broken water throw. Oh wow, did you see his face? He said, cracking up. Boy, was he mad. He must feel so stupid now. He bought everything until you completely ruined it, Abu. Abu seemed to sense that he was being criticized. He jumped off Aladdin's shoulder and chattered sulkingly. The girl was bent over, hand on her side, panting. After her breath had slowed to mere wheezes, she pressed the palms of her hands together and closed her eyes. Then she did a series of stretches that were graceful and seemed well practiced. Sorry, Aladdin said. I guess you're not used to running around much, huh? Yes, you would be completely sorry for saving me from taking my hand cut off. And no, I'm not used to running from people. I do race with Raja, my... She paused as if thinking of an appropriate word. Dog. She was being purposely vague. Not that it took a genius to figure out that she probably spent her whole life in a woman's quarters with some mansion or estate. Where are we anyway? She asked, changing the subject and looking around. They were resting in the wide intersection between 3 broken down buildings with no possible purpose. There was no one in sight, and the desert breeze blew mournfully through the dry grasses and weeds that tried to grow on edges of the hard-packed roads. The only other noise was from the fight somewhere nearby, shouting and punctuating by terrible, wet-sounding blows. Aladdin suddenly realized that this is what it must be like for the girl. Alone with a stranger, in the middle of nowhere, no idea how to get back to wherever she was from. If he had been the wrong sort of person, the more dangerous kind of street rat, this is exactly the kind of place he would have taken her before divesting her of all of her valuables. A place no one could hear her scream. Well, I could tell you, but it probably won't mean much, he said, trying to sound friendly. He stood up and whirled his hands as he talked, a perfect tour guide. We've officially entered the quaint residential subject of the poorest part of Agrabah. A lot of these streets don't even have names. We just call them the Eastern Ways of Hakims, or the stinky alley near the rat catcher. The closest major landmark is the old Ottoman mosque, over there. Hasn't been used in centuries, except by pigeons and the homeless when sandstorms come in off the desert. The girl was frowning, not angrily, more like she was desperately trying to understand something. Something Aladdin was saying. So very simply, was eluding her. Where'd I lose you? He asked. Was it pigeon or sandstorm or stinky? Actually, it was homeless, the girl said slowly. People live in the old mosque? Not all the time. It's a little creepy. Some say it's haunted. Hey, speaking of homes, is there someplace I can take you? It was the right thing to do, of course. Save the pretty girl, take the pretty girl home, refuse the reward. After all, maybe take the reward, if there was a reward. Wasn't there usually a reward? Probably in reality where they would take one, look at him, grab the girl and order him off at the point of a pointy scimitar. He hoped she lived somewhere really far away so it would take him a really long time to get her home. Like in an oasis out in the desert. That would be perfect. He was pleasantly surprised when she shook her head. Show me your home. I want to see where you live. Aladdin found himself blushing, a very unusual condition for him. He tossed his hair so she couldn't see. Oh, you wouldn't want to see that. It's nothing special. It was, in fact, really nothing at all, if by home one generally meant 4 walls, a roof, and some sort of door. Come on, the girl begged. Having been recovering her breath and her enthusiasm, I threw myself down a camel dung while playing along with you. Do you think I care what your house looks like? Aladdin realized he was grinning. All right, but remember, you asked for it. He took a quick look around, evaluating the best route. Then he had led her around the back of one of the ancient, crumbling houses and began to scurry up a rickety old ladder. She said skeptically, wincing at each rug he stepped on as if she feared the whole thing would just break. What are we doing? Aladdin hopped onto the balcony, offering his hand. She pretended it wasn't there, nimbly leaping once she saw what she was doing. Remember the bit about poor and stinky? I'm not stinky, but I don't live in exactly the safest part of Agrabah. I figure it's better if we get off the streets, where we might be seen. What's wrong with being seen? I don't know. What's wrong with not paying for the price of fruit and then giving it away? I didn't know that you had to pay for things, Aladdin finished. All right, it was my first time in the market, she admitted. I've never actually bought anything. I never thought about how it all worked out, prices and money and things. He caught me. He couldn't help looking smug. So he had been right to peg her as the rich girl in disguise. But the girl narrowed her eyes and gave him a sort of look he usually expected from Widow Gulliver. I don't see a purse of gold coins on you, smart guy. How do you pay for things? Aladdin found himself, quite possibly for the first time ever, speechless. That's clever of you, he said. But that's totally different. I only steal, otherwise I'd starve. So it's all right for you to steal because you need food, but it's not all right for me, who didn't know any better? And what was that? And was just trying to help a little child? The page got stuck. Aladdin crossed his arms. All right, yes, you are totally and completely clever. That's just the reason we're going up there on the roof, is because apparently you don't know what stealing is, and I do, and I'm used to that sort of life. Look there. He crouched down on the balcony and pulled her next to him. In the shadow of the Crooked Tower, a small group of children and a couple of teenagers sprawled desultoriously. I'm learning words today, folks. They wore rags and had shadows under their eyes. 2 of the youngest tried to play a game with a pebble, tossing it back and forth. The other kids were dusting their arms with ashes, making themselves look sicker than they are. The moment anyone, and I mean anyone, except for another street rat comes through here, these guys will leap up and surround him, or her, begging. And if he or she doesn't give them anything, a crust of bread, a coin, or sometimes even if he does, while one child is crying about her hunger, another will be picking that person's pocket. The girl looked horrified. They're all just pretending to be poor? No, they're not pretending. They're not pretending to be poor, or shoeless, or homeless, or starving. Although that is very, very real. But sometimes it takes costumes and makeups and play acting for people to see the truth that is right under their noses. She watched the children and he watched her face as she tried to process everything she just learned. She was innocent. That was true. But there was intelligence in those very large eyes. She picked up things very, very quickly. It was more than Aladdin could usually say a bit to those who weren't street rats. What a waste for some father to trap such a smart, interesting girl behind a golden gate, like a prized animal. Where are your parents? Dead. Or where are their parents? Dead, or sick, or trying out to find work, or food. Why can't they? Aladdin watched as she tried to find words for ideas she had never experienced before. Why hasn't anything been done about this? Oh, come on, who cares about his street rats? Aladdin asked, a little more sadly than he meant to. The Sultan stays locked up in his palace, playing with his golden toys all day. He only comes out to observe an eclipse or fly his kites. Who knows if he's even aware that half of the city is starving? The girl's eyes narrowed at the mention of the Sultan. He couldn't tell if she was angry at the Sultan or, well, technically it was worth your head to say anything about the Sultan or his household. That never stopped anyone in the quarter of the street rats. There might not be a meal, bread, or water, but there was an endless amount of insults. He thought she was about to say something, but the girl pressed her lips tighter. Come on, he said, jumping up and giving her his hand, trying to lighten the mood. It's not all bad. We've complete freedom in the streets, and trust me, if you grew up here, you'd never have to worry about walking by yourself anywhere. People would be afraid of you. This time the girl accepted his hand, maybe because her thoughts were somewhere. Her skin was soft and her nails short but perfect. Aladdin gave her hand a little squeeze before reluctantly letting go and helping her up to the next ladder. You said we. So, you consider yourself one of these street rats? Everyone else does, he says a little darkly. But, yeah. I mean, I'm poor. I grew up here. They were my friends and my family. But I'm not really part of them. Not anymore. Like I said, I just steal what I eat. When they can, they steal for profit. I want something better out of my life. That is their life. Not that they have a choice. It's not like anyone is handing out bread for work. It sounds very complicated, the girl said. It didn't sound like a platitude. I didn't think it was, Aladdin said, pausing to reflect. I'm not. I'm just me. Part-time thief and bane of the fruit market. I think maybe there's more to you than meets the eye. She had a tiny, wicked smile on her face and had obviously been watching the way he climbed. A warm warmth rushed through him. It was like he couldn't decide whether to blush or show off. He chose neither, turning around to quickly throw himself up over the edge of the roof. Then he reached down and helped her up. She tripped over on her robes as she came up the slide, a strange thing from a girl who seemed otherwise so utterly graceful. Aladdin caught her before she hit the ground, or in this case, the roof. She fell into him, pressing her torso against his as she grabbed around his shoulders for support. The heat of her skin burned through her robes, and he could feel the softness of her body. She smelled better than anything in the quarter of the street rats, better than anything Aladdin could ever remember smelling. Better than the tiny veil of rose attire that he had stolen for his mother, which she'd made him return. When she stood up, she didn't stand away from him. It says she kept close and looked up at his face, apparently just as entranced as he was. Aladdin felt like falling to the ground himself. He made himself focus on how they would get to the next rooftop. The poles were what were usually The poles that were usually up there to support clay urns drying in the sun were right where he had left them. Of course. He bruised himself with reaching for one. I never thanked you for saving me from that man, the girl finished weakly. Oh, forget about it, Aladdin said, meaning it. You look like someone who needed help as soon as you entered the market. With the skill of someone who had lived on his toes, Aladdin ran to the edge of the building and pole vaulted to the next one. Was I that obvious? Aladdin grinned. There's something wonderful about the girl who didn't take herself too seriously. You do sort of stand out, he admitted. She brightened at his unintentional compliment, her eyes glowing prettily. Hey, I mean, you don't seem to understand how dangerous Agrabah can be, Aladdin corrected himself, running a hand through his hair. He looked around for a plank that he could lay down between the rooftops for her to walk across. But before he could think of a way of changing the subject, or staying on this one, the girl had found a pole of her own and leapt nimbly across to him, far, far more gracefully than he had. Her robes swirled around her as she landed like a queen of the Dajjin, alighting on the golden sands of the desert. I learned pretty quickly, she said with a light mockingness. Aladdin had once again been speechless. What sort of rich girl was this? Who could leap like a mountain goat and play crazy at a moment's notice? Who had never seen poverty before and now, confronted with it, thought about it quietly rather than making rash statements? Who didn't care if Aladdin was a thief, except that he had applied different standards to her? He was a loner, not a hermit. He had known other girls, Morgiana the Shadow, Ambambo the tailor's daughter, Nefret with the strange green eyes who came from the desert when the moon was new to trade trinkets from faraway lands. None of them was like this girl. Come on, he said, holding out his hand. She took it, and somehow he knew she would. It's this way. The girl grinned in delight as he took her over boards brittle with dry rot and loose stones worn down to the middle of the by countless foot-centuries earlier. They entered a tower through a keyhole-shaped window that must have brought mosaics around it at one time. Everything shiny or worth anything had all been scavenged decades ago. Not even rats lived in this high, desolate place anymore. Well, 2 did. 2 street rats, if Abu counted. Watch your head, Aladdin said, making sure that he ducked under the gigantic timber that slanted crazily from the center of the tower on the side. You live here? She didn't say it with disgust. She was surprised. Impressed? Aladdin had never thought he could bring a girl back to his place who would actually like it. They reached the landing he had chosen to call home. His mother had tried to keep their little hut as welcoming and homing as possible. He honored her memory by trying to do the same now. There were a few thoroughbred rugs, some once colored cloths he had draped over the uglier broken bits of the stonework and used as curtains. There were even a few pillows for sleeping on and a couple of urns and waters. Well, just decoration. Yep, just me and Abu. We come and go as we please. That sounds wonderful. Well, it's not much, but it's got a great view. With a dramatic flourish of his arm, he swept back the curtain, knowing how impressed she would be. Directly in front of them was the palace. A mile away, but looming so large it seemed like he could reach out and touch it. At least a dozen of its golden onion-shaped domes were visible, glowing like suns. The giant formal gates and the lot glowed lucky royal blue, like the sky. The road seemed to lead right from Aladdin's tower through the city to the palace, pushing pesky houses and buildings to either side. Nobody obstructed the road. It had to be kept clear for caravans and deliveries and parades and the horses, litters, and wagons of visiting royalty. There had been a lot of that lately, what with the princess having to marry soon. The palace looks amazing, right? Oh, it's wonderful, the girl said. But she didn't walk over to look with him. Instead, she collapsed on the steps that held the sleeping pad, wearily resting her head in her hands. I wonder what it would be like to live there. Or in any mansion, I'm not picky, Aladdin mused, trying to conceal his disappointment at her reaction. Well, maybe at least he could get her to finally open up about where she was from. All those servants, the valets. Oh, sure. People tell you where to go, how to dress, the girl said, rolling her eyes. It's better than here, where you're always scrapping for food and ducking the guards, he pointed out. You just said you and Abu come and go as you please. If you were born into a royal family, you would have to do whatever they told you, whatever you're expected to do, and you can't go anywhere. Yeah, well, you can't go anywhere socially when you're a street rat. Our upward mobility is strictly limited. Even if I wanted honest work, no one would hire me. For any job, not even for a servant of an estate. There's no place else to go. Once you're born in the quarter of the street rats, you're trapped. Jasmine finished. Aladdin looked at her, surprised. It was like she actually understood. Like she felt the same way. He went over and sat down next to her. She didn't move to give him more room. Their legs touched. He took a couple apples out of his stash, handing her one and the other to Abu. Abu awarded him with a happy chittering, and then did exactly as Aladdin had hoped. He scampered up into the roof of the tower to enjoy the whole thing by himself. The girl pulled out a tiny silver dagger out of her clothes and neatly cut the apple into 2 halves, handing one to him. He grinned at her and tossed her his half. So where are you from, anyway? What does it matter? She growled. I ran away, and I'm not going back. Really? How come? What could be so awful that you never want to see your mother or your father again? Or sister, or whatever. The girl seemed to soften at that a bit. I would love a sister, or a brother, and my mother died when I was very young. Aladdin felt something in his heart break a little. What a terrible thing to have in common with a beautiful girl. And my father is forcing me to get married. Her eyes grew hard again. How would you like it if someone told you that you had no choice about who you're going to spend the rest of your life with? She balled her fist in anger. Aladdin found himself stepping back. He could be 30 years older than me. But rich, she snapped at Aladdin as if it was his idea. He pulled back in genuine fear. He could be dumb, but rich. He could be arrogant. He could treat me like just another possession. I mean, that's how my father's treating me. Handing me over like that. He could be cruel. He could be... She stopped herself before saying whatever's next, looking at Aladdin with a little embarrassment, like it was something too horrible to mention aloud. He could stuff me full of babies once every year. Not that anything's wrong with babies, like 1 or 2 eventually. All I know is that I haven't even reached 20 years yet, and my father has decided that my life, what little I have of choice over it, is over. Aladdin gulped. For some reason, the widow Gulliver appeared in his head. She wasn't bad at all, but if he was told he had to marry her and spend the rest of his life with her? He also thought about Morgiana. She was a tiny dagger hidden on her too, but it wasn't silver, and it wasn't for fruit. If anyone even tried to suggest her marrying against her will, well, it would probably go badly for everyone involved. She would never let that happen. That's awful, he said with feeling. I'm sorry, Just then, Abu leapt from the ceiling. Aladdin watched with concern as the little monkey made a beeline for the girl's half of the apple. Abu grabbed the little monkey out of the air and pulled him on his shoulder, whispering a reprimand. What's wrong? Oh, what's wrong? What is he doing? The girl asked. She began to relax against Abu's antics. Nothing, Aladdin said, stroking the little monkey's back. She leaned over and tickled Abu's chin. Abu was just outraged at what a terrible thing your dad is doing. Oh, really? The girl asked with a knowing smile. She pursed her lips in a mow of disbelief. Aladdin felt his chest go weak and his brain go stupid. Oh, yeah, he was just saying how outraged he was that men still control the lives of young women even in this modern, enlightened age. He was petting Abu, but looking at the girl. He wasn't sure what he was saying, really. He would say anything, keep talking forever, if it kept her looking at him like that. Interesting. And does Abu have anything else to say? She said, leaning closer. Cinnamon. Her breath smelled of cinnamon. He could have smelled her skin from a distance. Though he wasn't one normally prone to poetry, he could only think of a fresh desert breeze that carried a whisper of cypress and sandalwood. He wishes there was something he could do to help. That was at least honest. He wasn't exactly sure how kissing would help her, but he knew it was going to happen, or he was going to die. Tell him I just might take him up on that, the girl said, closing her eyes and tilting her head. Aladdin put his arm around her back and prepared for the best thing that had ever happened to him. Which was, of course, when the guards showed up. Rasul wasn't with them. His second-in-command had led the attack, and how a man even larger than Rasul with 5 guards had managed to sneak up the stairway without Aladdin hearing was a mystery he would have to solve another day. A better question, he realized instantly, was how they had known where he was. Finally, I found you. And again, really? All this for one loaf of bread? How did you find me? The girls shouted at the same time. The two looked at each other. They're after you? What about bread? Rasul's second-in-command wasn't the type of person who wouldn't let confusion interrupt his orders. You cannot escape. Come now, lest it be worse for you. Aladdin leapt onto the edge of the narrow stone that separated his sleeping nook from the city below. He held his hand out to the girl. Do you trust me? He said. The girl looked confused for a second. Yes. That was enough for Aladdin. Then jump. He grabbed her too slow-moving hand and yanked her up next to him. Then he leapt into the air, pulling her along. She did scream. Who could blame her? They were plummeting from rosy twilight into deep midnight that they shot several stories through the crack of the ceiling of the building below them. Their speed was broken by 2 very tight terps that Aladdin had installed in case of such an emergency. Their landing, while jarring and painful, was made softer on the piles of sand that had been gathering here for centuries of neglect and wind. Aladdin leapt up immediately, and the girl's hand stilled in his. She was right by his side, also too smart to take a moment to recover. But the door suddenly filled with an unfortunate, familiar silhouette. He appeared too quickly for them to change direction. Aladdin and the girl slammed into Rasul's chest. We just keep running into each other, don't we, street rat? He said with a tired irony. He grabbed Aladdin by his vest, shoving him off. The second squad guards appeared behind him. Aladdin cursed. He should have realized something was up when the captain of the guard wasn't at the Tower of the West. Rasul had already reconned his hideout and planted himself by the escape route. Irritatingly intelligent. It's the dungeon for you this time, boy. No escape. The girl, somewhat incredibly, began to attack the giant captain. Aladdin and the guards watched with a similar surprise as she hit Rasul uselessly in the chest again and again with her small fists. Let him go, she shouted. Well, look at that, Rasul said, tossing her aside as he had the monkey. A street mouse. Aladdin felt his blood boil as the girl tumbled to the floor. The guards began to laugh. Even Rasul chuckled as he turned to go. Unhand him! The girl stood up and swept off her rope. By order of the royal princess. Rasul stopped chuckling and the guards gasped. Aladdin felt his stomach flip. That girl. The girl he had spent the afternoon with. The girl who had leapt from the sides of the building and pole-vaulted off others, who had charmed Abu and shared an apple with her, was not just some rich girl off a gun or running away from home. She was a princess. The royal princess. Jasmine. Her eyes were black and hard. Her back was straight. Her arms hung gracefully at her sides as she had too much power even to need them to put her on her hips or cross them in anger. Her diadem sparkled. The princess? Aladdin said faintly. It was said that Jasmine was beautiful. It was said she was quick-witted. Both of those things were without question true. It was also said that she was a witch with a tiger for a familiar. It was said that she tore her suitors to shreds, verbally and verse the tiger. Occasionally, literally. Princess Jasmine, Rasul said immediately, lowering his eyes and bowing. What are you doing outside the palace? And with this street rat? That is none of your concern, Jasmine said. She put her hands on her hips and marched right up to the captain's space as if he had no more to her than an irritating camel. Do as I command. Release him. I would, Princess, Rasul said. He seemed genuinely regretful. He flicked a look back at Aladdin. Maybe he thought it all a bit too much for a loaf of bread as well. Except my orders come from Jafar. You'll have to take it up with him. Aladdin's heart froze. What would the Grand Vizier care about Aladdin? Jafar? Princess Jasmine was apparently thinking the same thing, but she managed to control her surprise, turning the question into a sneer of disgust. The last thing Aladdin saw before the guards hauled him off was her concerned eyes. Believe me, I will be paying him a visit. Yay! Whatever chapter number that was, done! Yeah, so far, I'm quite enjoying this. Like I said, it's keeping very much to the truth of the old story. I'm loving it. Chapter 4? I think so. Who really knows at this point? Been going for about 2 hours, though. Hour and a half. Stretch. I do like this story so far, though. It's cute. So far, just a retelling. I like it. Alrighty. Let's do... The next one is Cave of Wonders. Let's do one more chapter. And then we'll take a break. And then we'll come back and we'll do Honkai Dailies. Yeah? Chapter whatever we're on. The Cave of Wonders. If there was a moon or a sun in the sky, it didn't matter at all. Beneath the tallest tower in the palace was the deepest pit in Agrabah, the bottom of which was lit by a single torch. No sunlight. Shining, shimmering, split. How did I just happen to look up at that and see that? You guys are morons, but I love you. No moonlight, sunlight, or starlight had ever touched its depths. The bottommost chamber had been excavated in the dead of the Black Night by workers who were then murdered and buried under the very stone steps they helped lay to preserve the secrets of the palace dungeons. There was only one door that led in. It was windowless and triple barred. Beyond it were a dozen skeletons still shackled to the wall, left there even after they have decomposed like forgotten detail in a fairy tale. Scurrying across these were rats that had never seen the light of the sun, and probably something to do with the creation of skeletons. Aladdin had only been there for a few hours and hadn't quite let the obvious finality of the place get to him. He was still shocked by the events that led up to him being there. The princess. I can't believe she was the princess. It must have sounded so stupid to her. But maybe, just maybe, she liked him? A little? And for a moment, in the chilly, foul-smelling dungeon where he was chained, Aladdin let himself dream of a life where, if he was a prince, then they could be together. He would have had the girl of his dreams, and they would all live happily ever after. Of course, the fact that she was a princess was the reason he was in the dungeon. It was obvious. His imprisonment had nothing to do with the bread he had stolen. Somehow Jafar had seen them, had known a street rat was coming close to discriminating the royal daughter. secretly leading into a life of poverty, crime, and villainy, and had to stop it. Oh, she was worth it, though, Aladdin sighed, thinking about her eyes, remembering the soft warmth of her hand. For a moment, he had touched greatness. The tiny echoing of chittering interrupted his thoughts. Abu? He asked incredulously, looking up. Very faintly, he could see a tiny shadow of a monkey as it hopped from beam to beam, from stone to stone, while he made his way down to the bottom, where Aladdin was. Down here! Aladdin called excitedly. Abu dropped on his shoulder. The boy petted him as best as he could by rubbing his head into Abu's furry belly. Hey boy, am I glad to see you. Turn around. After enjoying a few more moments of their cuddly reunion, Abu did as directed, using his teeth and carefully extracting a needle that had been pinned into Abu's little vest for an occasion just as this. The little monkey wasn't just a distraction while Aladdin swept things. The two had many, many other routines that they had worked out over the years of getting out of and into trouble. Aladdin turned his head and strained his neck as far as he could, working the needle into the keyhole of his right hand manacle with his teeth and lips. It was a simple crude lock. Obviously, if you were thrown at the bottom of the deepest dungeon in the palace, extreme measures weren't needed to keep you there, which was rapidly bringing Aladdin to the next part of his problem. Once his right hand was free, he could easily undo the left. But where was he gonna go from here? Abu chittered angrily. Monkeys obviously did not like being underground or in dungeons. It sounded like he was saying he had done his part, now it was his human friend's turn to figure out the rest. Fast. Yeah, we're going. Let's get away from this place as far as we can. I'll never see her again, he said wistfully, more concerned with that than their immediate escape. He thought about how she had looked standing on that rooftop, pole in her hand, the wind blowing trestles of her hair out of her eyes. She can only marry a prince. I'm a fool. You're only a fool if you give up, boy. Aladdin spun around. There was nothing but shadows and rats, but the voice was creaky and weak. Human, not ghostly. One of the other prisoners must still have had a little life left in him. Who are you? Show yourself. There was a rattle of chains and the light scuffling sound of something bony and hard against the wood. An ancient man hobbled out of the dark. He seemed barely to have the strength to stand, much less move. There were no manacles binding him. There was a light in his eyes. A crazy one. Aladdin found himself a little afraid of the old specter. I'm merely a lonely prisoner, like yourself, the old man continued, revealing that he still had some of his teeth, but they pointed in every direction, thin and yellow with age, like toothpicks. He had an ugly old piece of firewood as a cane and forced himself sideways with a shuffling motion of a crab. But together, we could be more. He rubbed his fingers together suggestively, as if he were counting gold coins. Aladdin found himself relaxing. A man with a craze of greed in his eyes was something Aladdin was used to. I'm listening. There is a cave of wonders, boy, filled with treasures beyond your wildest dreams. He stuck a manacled hand into his thoroughbred robe when he pulled out his closed fist, shoved it in Aladdin's face, and opened it. The boy fell back in surprise. Rubies. 3 of them. Huge, dusty and old, with the facets of one chipped and in need of the hand of a skilled jeweler, but rubies nonetheless. Those 3 would have bought most of the quarter of those street rats, and the people who lived there as well. Treasure enough to impress even your princess, I would wager. An old man with a crafty smile, taking them back and hiding them again. Aladdin felt a blush wash over his face before disappearing. The rubies. He started to smile. There was more wealth than he could ever seen up close. Enough to buy horses, fancy clothes, servants. And then his smile faded. Until that moment, Aladdin could never imagine the limitless treasure wouldn't be enough for him. It doesn't matter how much gold or jewels I get. She has to marry a prince. I have to come with a normal family, a line of princes. Or be granted the title with lands, which I can rarely see the Sultan doing anytime in the near future. The old man struggled for a moment, frowning and wheezing as some undefined pain bothered him. Then he took a deep breath and stuck his face into Aladdin's. You've heard in the golden rule, haven't you, boy? Whoever has the gold makes the rules. The man laughed, perhaps insanely. Perhaps he genuinely thought himself funny. Aladdin noticed as the old man's lips were spread wide and the mirth of his only healthy-looking tooth was gold. All right, Aladdin said cautiously. It was true. Money bought mostly everything. All the guards could be bribed and look the other way with other golds or gifts. All the guards except for Rasul, of course. He was like a big, stupid rock of morality. Maybe sultans and kings could be bribed too. Or haggled with. Maybe with enough gold, the title of prince could be bought. But why would you share all of this wonderful treasure with me? Catches. Like beautiful girls turning out to be unattainable princesses. Aladdin was used to. Free treasure he was not used to. And highly suspicious of. I need a young pair of legs and a strong back, the man said, tapping Aladdin's legs as solicitously as a camel buyer. Aladdin squelched in shiver of fear. Was that man a sorcerer who had literally meant to take Aladdin's back and legs? No, that was foolish, Aladdin thought. Right? Because the treasure is in a cave, in a desert. I'm not quite as nimble as I used to be. I need you to go and get it for me and bring it here. Now, do we have a deal? Oh, sure. Except for one thing. The cave is out there. We are in here. The old man cackled. Things aren't always as they seem. He tapped a stone wall several times with his cane. It slid aside, slowly, grudgingly, and somehow under its own power. So I repeat, do we have a deal? Aladdin hesitated. Perhaps the old man really was a sorcerer after all, of an ancient, angry Dajin. But then again, treasure. Aladdin squared his shoulders, set his jaw, and shook the man's hand. After he crawled through the narrow space, Aladdin found himself in a pitch-black cave. Strange subterranean winds blew frigid one moment and searing hot the next. The walls suddenly flickered with an evil red light, and a gust of hot air burned the side of Aladdin's face. Abu screamed and clutched Aladdin's neck. The very blood of the earth come up through here, the old man explained, leading the way with his crabby shuffle. As they rounded a corner, they came across the source of the flickering fire. A slow, bubbling pool of molten rock that burned hotter than the inside of the smithy's kiln. We are deep beneath the palace now, in the living stone which is one is built. I have no idea anything like this existed, Aladdin said, full of wonder, but also full of ideas. Caves that led under the city into the palace? That sounded like a very bad security hole. He wondered if there were any near the vaults that were filled with royal gold. Nobody does. Nobody living, that is. Aladdin again felt his stirrings of fright. But then, what would a ghoul want with treasure? This man was surely alive. And secretive. And insane. Perhaps it was all an act to protest his secrets. They went on. The old man occasionally mumbled and muttered to himself and made squawking noises like a bird. Having conversations with the long dead, probably. Aladdin noted with interest how very few splits and turnoffs there were, and how smooth the corridors were. Now and then he flicked out of his knife to catch an outcropping of an arrow or a wall when the man wasn't looking. Who knew when such a route could be useful again? Listen, boy, the old man said as they went. When you go down into the Cave of Wonders, you must not touch anything except for that ugly old brass lamp you find down there. There will be rooms of golds and chests of rubies and ancient treasures worth thousands kingdoms. Touch nothing but the lamp, or you won't come out alive. Wait, I'm supposed to walk by piles of gold? You promised me riches, grandfather. Imbecile, the old man muttered, but just a moment sounded like someone younger. The lamp gives one power over the Cave of Wonders and its treasures. If you touch anything before it's in hand, you will die. Bring the lamp to me, and I assure you, you will get what you desire. If you say so. When they finally arrived at the surface, it was night. The passage ended with a rather inglorious drain hole near where the workhorses and camels were stationed at the back of the side of the palace, beyond the outer wall. It reeked of animal piss, and Aladdin had to let the old man clamber onto his shoulders to get out. On the bright side, no one was around to see them. Aladdin leapt out and took a deep breath of the fresh air. Although the sky was clear, the stars twinkling madly with desert sand and dust was blown across them. He frowned. Not a good night to go adventuring in the desert. But fortune favored the brave, and he certainly wanted a fortune. He looked at his companion with a critical eye. The old man seemed like he was going to collapse in a pile of bones right there. Aladdin murmured softly to the animals in the stable. He picked out an unflashy, sturdy little horse and lifted the old man onto it. The stable boy whose charge is in this horse will receive 50 lashes for losing him. The old man cackling in delight as he gripped the reins. We will be back before dawn if your stories are true, grandfather. And I will tip the poor boy well. In the desert, the wind swirled the sand with choking dust devils, and Aladdin had to cover his face with his vest. His feet kept slipping on the scuffling dunes. The horse was slightly more accustomed to the terrain, but whined and protested constantly. It was not an easy trip. The old man looked up at the stars. He muttered into the hump of his back as if confirming its calculations. Eventually, Sirius rose like an eye of a baneful Ifrit over the chill desert as they arrived at the stolid cliff of bedrock. That was a weird sentence I just read. Below it was a wide bowl, a valley of sand, beautiful in the starlight, but desolate and deadly. There were no plants here, no lizards, not even stray stones. Aladdin helped the old man down off the horse. Muttering and murmuring, the man drew something out of his rags, kept it in his hands as if it were alive, as if it was something that might escape. Finally, he spread his fingers wide and revealed his prize. A golden scarab rested in his palms. At first, Aladdin thought it was a piece of jewelry or a statue, maybe a treasure map on its back. Then it opened its golden outer wings and revealed a set of flight wings, also made of gold. It sparkled and glowed and flew into the air with a heavy buzzing sound. Aladdin jumped back. The beautiful, frightening thing flew off in the valley with the directionist of something not entirely insect-like. It circled around a large mound as if deciding on what to do, and then plummeted deep into the sands. Almost instantly, the dunes slid forward in its disturbing way. Something large, something very unnatural was rippling and rising to the surface. A giant stone head of a tiger emerged, moving and growling and tossing like it was alive. Aladdin prepared to run, but no more of the tiger appeared. Just a head. It did not seem able to move and lacked the body of a sphinx. Its eyes glowed like twin suns. Who disturbs my slumber? It was hard to say if the words were actually spoken aloud. The ground rumbled, the sky thundered, the tiger roared. Aladdin backed away, almost tripping on his own feet. This was not what he had signed up for. A dangerous trip into a deep, dark cave? Yes. A jaunt into the middle of the desert night? Sure. This was too much. There had been no mention of a giant talking stone tiger with the voice of an ancient god. The old man made an impatient go-ahead movement with his hands. What? Are you crazy? Want the princess, boy? His companion asked with a sneer. Yes. Yes, he did. Aladdin took a deep breath and tried to steady his nerves. It is I, Aladdin. he shouted, feeling more than a little foolish. The tiger was silent for a moment. Aladdin got ready to run for his life. Proceed. The rumbles were softer, as if it was less angry. Touch nothing but the lamp. Its mouth snapped open, revealing a wide golden gullet. Down its tongue traveled a golden staircase. Aladdin couldn't see the bottom. He took a tentative step forward. "Remember, boy, fetch me the lamp," the old man shouted, unconsciously imitating the tiger. "Get me the lamp, and I shall make sure you get your reward." Aladdin thought of Jasmine. He set his jaw. "Come on, Abu," he said, and began to go down the steps. The steps were very quickly revealing themselves to be disappointing normal stone, only lit golden by whatever was below. But the sheer number of them was breathtaking. The path dipped and curved where the darkness is as far as the eye can see. Several times when Aladdin thought they had reached the end, the stairs began again into deeper descent. Aladdin was more than a little more relieved to see, an absolutely enormous normal cave. Not a stomach. On the far side of the cave was a somewhat anticlimactic stone doorway that glowed so brightly from whatever was in the room beyond it that Aladdin had to cover his eyes as he went in. "Would you look at that?" he said, just as he passed through the other side, a wide grin growing across his face. Gold. Ridiculous, ludicrous, unimaginable piles of it. Entire hillsides of coins, cups, urns, and statues. Giant golden cauldrons stuffed to overflowing with necklaces, rings, bracelets, and other trinkets. Golden thrones, golden tables, golden bric-a-brac shaped like fruit for no unconceivable purpose other than to look at. And among all this, rugs of indescribable beauty and size and chests full of jewels shaped like berries and flowers. Just a handful of this would make me richer than the Sultan, Aladdin sighed. Abu chittered, light and sparkle on the closest chest, bouncing off a ruby the size of an apple. The little monkey made a beeline for it. "Abu!" Aladdin ran desperately after the little monkey and did something he never normally would have done. He grabbed the monkey's tail and pulled him back. Abu squawked at the indecency and tried to stop him by digging his hind claws into the rich purple and blue rug they were standing on. "Don't touch anything," Aladdin chastised, shaking his finger at his friend. "Remember what that big scary cat thing said? Whose stomach we are currently in? We gotta find the lamp first. Then we'll get our reward." He plucked the monkey off the ground and set him securely on his shoulder. "It's gotta be around here somewhere." He wandered the path around the treasures carefully, making sure never to come too close to any of them. He kept one hand on Abu, just in case. The monkey chittered irritably. "I don't know," Aladdin answered, as if it was a real question. "A little oil lamp, I guess? The old man obviously thought we could carry it out easily. I see cups and pitchers and plates and vases and other housey stuff, but no lamps yet." The monkey chittered again. He sounded nervous this time and kept glancing behind them. "Sorry, I'm looking as fast as I can. It's not like I can touch anything to move it aside." Abu screamed and clawed at Aladdin's neck. "What is it?" Aladdin turned around to see what was bothering his friend. There was nothing behind them, just a path they were on, but also a carpet that looked suspiciously like the one near the entrance, by the chest Abu had almost touched. It even had the same golden tassels on one on each corner. "Huh," Aladdin said. He turned and began walking again. Abu was silent for a good 10 seconds before a screech in fear. Aladdin whipped around. Again, nothing, except for the carpet, which was right behind them. Again. Aladdin frowned, looking at the thing. As he watched, the carpet rose hesitantly off the ground, like a fish or something used to swimming in air. Aladdin's eyes widened and wondered. "A magic carpet," he said. "Mom used to tell me bedtime stories about Dajin and their magical treasures." He put a hand out to it, delicately, slowly. The carpet responded, sliding forward as if propelling by an invisible force. Its rear flapped gently like a flag. Aladdin found himself scratching and ruffling its nap as he would a cat's fur. Good carpet. There's a boy. Good boy. Hey, may we get on you? He asked politely, getting an idea. It would be much faster to scour the cave from above, gliding around the dangerous piles of gold without needing to go too deep. The carpet sensed what he was asked and lowered a little, like a trained elephant going down on one knee to enable a rider to easily jump. Aladdin grinned. He stepped on carefully. It was a strange feeling. The rug both gave and held under his feet, like he was walking on a pile of flax waiting to dry. He crossed his legs and settled in, putting Abu in his lap. The monkey was not entirely happy about this turn of events, but since Aladdin didn't seem scared, he remained relatively calm. Whether or not he won the princess, this was the best adventure of his life. We're trying to find a lamp. A special lamp? The rug rippled for a moment as if thinking. Then, without a sound, it began to drift higher and higher into the air, picking up speed. Soon they were dipping and gliding around the mountains of treasure as easily as an eagle through the clouds. Abu gripped Aladdin's arms until his tiny claws drew blood, but the boy just laughed. Following a series of tunnels and passages he would never be able to remember full of treasure he could never forget, he eventually came to a large cave, even larger than the first one. Aladdin couldn't see the far walls. It all drifted into darkness. The bottom was filled with a lake of perfectly still, pestilent water. Rising out of the middle was an island made up of boulders that looked like mushrooms, one on top of another, with steps carved out in their middle. At the very top, a single shaft of light from somewhere high beyond stood illuminating a small bronze object. The lamp. The carpet didn't fly to it, however, it gently sent itself down on the rocky outcropping near the wall. A narrow causeway led from there to the mound. An ancient, idolous tower shrine guarded the way. Some unknowable god who looked like an ape with too many teeth. It held aloft a ruby the size of an orange, as if it was the lamp lighting its way. All right, here we go, Aladdin said, adjusting his vest and trying to put on the image of an angry god out of his mind. Something about the place, whether it was the size, the silence, or something else, kept him from just running across the causeway. Something demanded silence and respect. He found himself walking quickly but carefully, as if he was in a procession he couldn't quite see. He slowly and solemnly climbed up the steps to the island. When he finally made it to the top, Aladdin picked up the lamp carefully with both hands. But it was a solid, sturdy thing, as any modern household lamp. Morgiana decorated her household with dozens of these. This is it? Aladdin swore, an incredulous smile on his face. He turned to Abu and the carpet. Look at it, guys. This is what we came all the way here down to. He was just in time to see Abu grab the giant scarlet gem and try to wrest it out of the golden ape god's hands. Abu! No! Infidels! The ground itself spoke, the air, the earth. You have touched the forbidden treasure. Aladdin watched in horror as the ruby melted into so much dust in Abu's tiny hands. The monkey screamed as if it burned them and scampered away from the golden statue, which tipped forward, also melting. Now you will never see the light of day. The light shaft that had illuminated the lamp had now turned bloody red. The cavern began to shake. Aladdin made a beeline down the steps back to the causeway. Stones fell away under his feet. What had been a stairway quickly dissolved into a ramp he slid down, barely keeping his balance as the whole cave swuttered against and began to collapse. He pitched forward. A deadly heat hit him from below. He chanced to look down and saw to his horror that water no longer filled the bottom of the cavern. It was all lava. That one look was enough to throw him entirely off balance. As if the cave could sense his instability, a particularly big quake sent Aladdin flying toward the red golden furnace below. "Carpet!" he cried. Aladdin windmilled his arms and legs, trying to slow his fall. He felt the heat singe the hairs on his leg, the roar of molten stone rushing up to meet him, and then the soft, firm cloth of the magic carpet beneath him. He didn't have time to relax. In a panic, Abu had tried to run towards Aladdin and was now stranded on the last 3 remaining stones of the causeway. The tip of his tail was smoking. Sensing Abu's need, the carpet dove to the monkey. Aladdin grabbed Abu by his poor burning tail and swung him aloft. The carpet flew up away from the heat and through the air, picking up speed. A hot wind surged against their backs. Aladdin turned around. The lava had picked up back onto one huge roaring wave that rose above their heads, ready to clash down on them. Faster! The magic carpet doubled its speed and ducked them through the cavern's doorway. A split second later, the wave crashed behind them. Lava exploded through the door and kept coming, boiling up from some immense pit as if it had no end. They dove through each of the incredible burning caverns of treasure like a falcon hurtling towards its prey. Aladdin and Abu had ducked into the carpet to shot through the final door that led to the first treasure room. Aladdin started to sigh in relief, and then the giant piles of gold began to explode. Each priceless hill swirled into a molten pile of fire and ash that shot towards the ceiling and at the carpet. Aladdin helped steer, torn between fear for his life and heartbreak at the destruction as being wrought here. As the explosions hit the ceiling, it began to cave in. Boulders and square stones had dropped, the giant cat head now falling like bombs. The earth screamed in anger, frustration, and pain. Lava began to shoot like blood from every tear of its surface. Aladdin covers his face and let the carpet find its way to the top. It followed the rapidly disappearing stone staircase up the cat's throat, keeping close to it as if it was safer. They had almost reached the top when a falling stalactite caught the back of the carpet. It plunged down with the stone. Aladdin threw himself and Abu off and managed to catch the edge of the stairs at the edge of the cat's mouth. The cave was shaking so much for him to be able to pull himself over the side. Like a miracle, the old man appeared. "Help me out!" Aladdin cried. "Throw me the lamp!" the old man demanded. Aladdin could barely process what he had said. It was so insane. "I can't hold on. Come on, give me your hand." "First, give me the lamp," the old man insisted, a wild look in his eyes. Survival won over logic. Aladdin managed to reach into his sash where he had stashed the lamp and pulled it out with his free hand, holding out desperately with the other. The old man grabbed it and cackled triumphantly. "Yes," he said. "At last!" Aladdin managed to get one leg up on the crevice. Abu scampered off his head, making it easier. The old man came forward to the edge, a menacing grimace in his eye. He began to hammer at Aladdin's fingers with his cane. "What are you doing?" Aladdin cried. Giving you your reward. Your eternal award." The old man, now standing strangely straight, pulled out an evil-looking black dagger and raised it above his head. Abu bit the man on the toe. He screamed, but managed to kick Aladdin's fingers. Aladdin tumbled into the cavern, falling into the darkness and lava. A soft thump let him know the carpet had managed to catch him. A quick monkey scream meant he had gotten Abu, too. Slowly and shakily, as if the magic carpet was tired and beaten up itself, it lowered all 3 of them to the high cliff above the lava. Aladdin watched in dismay as the cavern above them, the stone cat's mouth, yawned and screamed one last time before snapping shut and settling beneath the stands. Aladdin was stuck, sealed hundreds of feet below the ground with no way out, no treasure, and no lamp. Oh, that was such a long chapter. Oh, I was not expecting that chapter to be so long. My God. So far, everything's looking pretty much the same, which is pretty interesting. We'll have to see next time on Dragon Ball Z if anything changes. Yeah, we'll have to see. So it is the Cave of Wonders. Yeah, I thought the Cave of Wonders was gonna end with us like getting to the tiger. I didn't think we were gonna go inside and do the whole shalababa. I was not expecting that. So yeah. We're gonna take a really quick short break, just so I can go to the bathroom and drink copious amounts of water. And then we'll just do our Honkai dailies and then call it a night. So go get some stuff, get like water and snacks, and I will return. I'll be right back. Okay, bye. Alright, I'm back. I'm back, ready to party, ready to do my damn dailies. Ugh, I am several shades of exhausted right now. Sorry, I'm just finishing. Oh, the little things I gotta do. Waiting till nearly bedtime to do your dailies? Listen, bitch. Listen, bitch. I don't question what you do in your spare time, so I'm gonna need you to not question what I do in my spare time. You wanna know what else I'm doing on a fucking Thursday? My weeklies. I'm doing my weeklies as well, so yikes. 300%. They really want us to build people. That's crazy. That's fucking wild. Anywho. But now I am gonna like reading that book. I think it's gonna be fun. What the fuck is she? Are we doing chess moves? What is happening? I am the clear winner. That's funny. That does sound like some shit she'd do. Okay. Yeah, they still want me to build Blade. Just a little bit. I don't think I realized that it was on 300%. Because I was wondering why it took me no time at all to build Blade.
Until everything burns to ashes! Can't wait anymore. Fight to live!
Random clicking sound?
Set the seas ablaze!
Nothing.
Fight to live! Set the seas ablaze! Fight to live! Set the seas ablaze! Fight to live!
It was something on my other screen. Don't worry about it.
The seas ablaze!
I fixed it.
Fight to live!
Teehee.
Set the seas ablaze! Fight to live! Set the seas ablaze!
No, what are you talking about? I don't hear anything.
Set the seas
What are you talking about? Nothing's happening. Are you guys going crazy again? Are you just... Nothing's happening. What do you mean?
Fight to live! Set the seas ablaze! Fight
Don't laugh at me, you little goblins. Oh, it still needs 5 more? We're just gonna do 5 then.
share good fortunes. Until everything burns to ashes!
I am a chaos cat. Oh, I know. I fucking know. I know what you are!
The seas ablaze! You want to betray me? Fight to live!
You want to betray me?
Set the seas ablaze! Fight to live! Set the seas
Bum, 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 bum.
fight to live! Set the seas ablaze!
Bum, 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 bum. There we go. Hey, I can finally use my castress team. Woo! Wait. Woo! I can finally use my caster's team! They're builds enough that I'm not gonna feel embarrassed! And then I can start fucking around with, fucking around with relics. Their relics aren't the best. They're okay. She's at an A. You're at a B. You could get better relics. Yours is an A. I haven't even tried with you. Let's go look for your relics. I'll be nice for once. I'll be nice and I'll actually go find relics. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice. And do relics for once. Hey gamer. What's up?
Stand still. Think with me. Relax.
Yeah, sorry, we're not doing blade relics. I'll do blade relics tomorrow.
Insult to the ears.
Time to say bye. Boom. Stand still.
Are you the West Wind? Away we go!
I'll be ultimate feral when Moranax comes out. I mean, I believe that though, because you're already feral and he's not even out yet, so yeah, you're already there, sister. What do you mean? I'ma become like
Stand still.
you're already there. Can I blame you? Just a little bit. I can blame you just a little bit.
Time to say bye. Boom. Stand still.
It's fine. That's how I was with Dong Hong PT, so I get it. Gilgamesh, holy shit, what's up, man? You ate all the pasta? That's funny you say that because I actually had pasta today. Do I want to question what the sexy model redeem is? Why don't you click it and find out? And then I'll let you know.
Time to say bye.
If they run throughout another half-naked Yang Chi. Oh, not Yang Jing. But also, it's funny that you say that because I had, we had spaghetti today and it was really fucking delicious.
Boom.
I just realized my Tribby has a fuck ton of health. Why? Why does my Tribby have so much health? I just realized. That is crazy. Your pasta? Do you have like a special kind of pasta? I don't know what it's called, but like the little, they remind me of like Orbeez pasta, but I know that's not what they are. What? What just happened? Dark? What? Dark, was this you? Did you do this? Dark? Dark? Yes? Oh my god. Why do you do the things that you do to me? Why do you... Dude, okay. Thank you for, oh, is that for the luck? Is that for the Evanescia luck? Dude, your polls were so fucking insane. I can't even be like mad about them. They were so good. Like, what the fuck? They were so good. Oh, wait. Wait. Did I get the pet? Ah, close. I'm close to the pet. Dang it. I am a little less than 100 away. That's funny. You need the luck for Blade. Is Blade next patch? Is he banner 1 or banner 2? Do we know? But like in June? Oh. They're hyping him up a lot for a man that's not coming out soon. I do want to do yes. I just want to look at her model. She's so pretty. She is very pretty. I don't give a fuck. Look at her. Look at her. She's so pretty. You don't forget to tune into the karaoke stream this week. It is on Sunday. She's so cute. Oh.
Truth and lies are a hair.
Did you time that?
Only the heart can judge.
Dark, did you time that? Did you meet? Did you? Oh my goodness, Evanesia! You gave me shards! How nice of you! Oh, dude, her attack? Evanesia, you shouldn't have. You gave me shards. Girly pop. Why did you do that? Oh my goodness. Holy shit, her technique is awesome. Dude, she's so cute. She's so cute. Okay, but like, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know if I want to try to go for Evanesia just to have her because she's pretty. Or if I want Mommy Face Out. Or if I want E1 Sunday. I don't know what I want. Hey, it's Yai Miko. Yai Miko scares me. Yai Miko scares me so much. Hold on, I'm curious. Okay, so Fei Xiao is considered good. Damn it, see? Do we know if Fuge is gonna rerun soon? I need her for Firefly. I have no idea. I know Linksha is because she's getting a Nova Flare, or at least she should be.
I decide the rules of the game.
Dude, she's so cool. She's so stinking cool. I love her so much. So here's the thing with Fei Xiao. I want her. But I wish I had gotten, I wish I had gotten Ashvale to go with her. I really had wished.
Let's see.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, no, I wish I'd gotten Ashvale because I knew Ashvale was going to be good with her. I just, I wish I had gotten. I know he's going to get a rerun though. He has to get one. He has to get a rerun. I'm so close to coming. Absolutely. No, oh, wait until you get into the story. I didn't see the sentence. I'm so sorry. No, we're doing Honkai all next week because 4.0 I want to fully indulge in. So literally all streams next week is just It's just Honkai.
Forever. Triumph. Victory is inevitable.
Arthur and I.
Oh God.
To the death.
Fearless knows not fear. Forever. Triumphant. Victory is inevitable.
God, she's so pretty. Nah, I'm so excited to be caught up with the story. Are you kidding me? It's gonna be so much fun.
Are you the West Wind? Away we go.
Beasts slaughter each other.
Oh God, Asheville. I want Asheville so bad. I want this man unequivocally. Especially with the cliffhangers. Is 4.2 a cliffhanger?
Above the lands. This is permanent.
Like a bad one?
Triumphant. Victory is inevitable.
Hell yeah, look at you go, girl. Oh my God, the cliffhangers in Emphorius made me want to die. Oh my God, it's the 4-star I'm missing. Oh my God, it's the 4-star I'm missing. I'm not shitting you when I tell you she's the only 4-star I'm missing. Wait. She's literally the only one. She's the only one! She's the only one I don't have! Yeah, no, the cliffhangers for Emphorius sucked, but that's why I'm kind of glad I got to just do it all in one sitting, and I didn't have to wait like you motherfuckers did. I don't know what to do. I can't believe you did this, Dark. I can't believe you did this. Can't believe you got me the pet. I can't believe you did that. Hold on. Now I gotta pull him out. Hold on. Where is he? Where does he live? Where's the pet live? Inventory? Inventory. I can't believe you did this. I now have 3. Oh my God, I have a 5-star pet! Look at him! Look at that little bastard. He's cute. Look at that little rat bastard. He's adorable. Oh. 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 That was so cute. I have my own paparazzi squad. They're so cute. I want to see you run. Look at the way he hobbles. Look at the way he hobble wobbles. Oh my God, he's so cute. Look at the way he hobble wobbles. Oh my God, look at all of them. Oh. Oh. Oh my God. He's so cute. It was so adorable. Wait, hold on. I have to see something. Where is it? No. 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 This one? No. I now have 2, which is fun. Ooh, I could get Robin if I wanted. I'm gonna hold off. Wait, did I miss it? I thought you could get, I thought you could get the other ones. Hold on. They should be here. Yeah, these ones. Oh, they're here. Ah! Nope, it's happening. It's happening. And now we match. And now we match. I'm ready for Plan Arcadia, guys. Oh, so really, gamer? Really, gamer? Really, gamer? Okay, that's fine. Hold on. I don't actually have to vanish because I'm wearing it. Hi! Okay. This is it. This is what you get. It's so cute! Holy crud! Ha ha ha! It's so cute! It's so sticky cute! Okay, so... I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do. I'm gonna go for broke. Let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. 65? Okay. So, okay. The curiosity got the better of me. Yeah, I'm pretty cute, aren't I? I have many healers. Yeah, I don't have a lot, so I ended up getting How for my break team. See, if I get Fei Xiao, I want to get Robin, is the thing. If I end up getting Fei Xiao, I'm gonna use a companion and get Robin. With her, I don't have Yaoguan, but I'm pretty sure Yaoguan's gonna get a rerun. Like, soon. Like, within the next couple patches. That is also true. Fuck! You know what, though? Evanescia will get a rerun before Fei Xiao does. Yeah. Evanescia will get a rerun before Fei Xiao. 100%. 100 and billion 10%. Because she's the newer model. She's the newer character. Yeah, look it. Can I just have... What's her face? I want streamer girl. I want streamer girl. Watch them not give me the 4-star I need, and then I'm gonna be really pissed. Give me the 4-star I need! There she is! My 4 stars are complete. My 4 stars are complete! I got them all now! Woo! Yay! I got all of my 4 stars. I'm happy. I'm so happy. Well, she's pretty. Like, I've been wanting her. So, I mean, I'm okay with that. Toad's okay with that. Oh! Early! Early! Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. I wasn't expecting early. I wasn't expecting that. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna get it, though. Hi, Lynx. Fei Xiao is Hunt, so I'm, like, trying to remember what that symbol looks like. It's the deer one. Mommy! Oh my god, you came early for me! Hi! Hi, Mommy! Oh my god! Hi! How are you? How are you? I might run her F2P for now. Yeah, I might run her F2P for a while, but... dude, she's so pretty. She's so pretty. Just, she's such a mommy. She is hot. She's 100% hot. What do you mean? I love her. I love her so much. I probably know. Hold on. Let me see something. What do I have? He. Oh, wait. I'm gonna give you yours just to say that I did. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Is your... You know what? I don't even care. I don't even care. I have to do it. I don't even care. I don't care if it's not gonna work on her. I know that. But it's her, you know? Like... I have to do it because it's her. Oh, wait. Oops. Let's see. Oh, do I finally have you E6? I do.
Everyone needs some time alone.
Aw, I finally have you E6, cutie. She was the only repeating 4-star I got. That's funny. Where is... There you are. Ooh, I can use that. I haven't updated it, but that'll be good. Crit rate by 8 increases crit rate against damages within like by an extra 8. When the wearer defeats an enemy, their attack is increased by 2. 20 for 2. Okay. What do you mean I have most of her team? I mean, the only one I'm really missing is Asheville. It's really the only one I'm missing. Which... Ooh, you know what I could do? You know what I could do? You know what I could easily do? Hold on. I'm getting rid of this. No, fucking stop. You know what I could do? You know what I could do? This is my idea. This is my idea. 1... Close. This. No. Get rid of that. Robin. In this last slot. Fei Xiao Cypher. Dong Hung Robin. Yeah? Yeah, I could do that. Okay, yeah, so that's essentially what I would be, just I have Dong Hung. Because I don't have a Venturine. So I could easily do this. Go get Robin. No, wrong button. Oh. Yeah, get Robin. Hi, pretty girl. Hi, sister-in-law. How are you? Hi. Hi, beautiful. Damn it. I'm so close to getting another light cone. Okay, that would be nice. If I can get another light cone. So then we'll do Robin. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what they want. Heck yeah. Heck yeah! Ooh, this will be a fun team. Definitely needs built. Let me see on Robin. For tomorrow's journey. Tribby works too because she does follow up. Yeah. I have her with my dot team though. Hmm. I'm just seeing if these are correct. Yeah, so for facial that works, and then let me look at Robin. I've been doing both. I've been looking at whatever this thing says and looking online. You got 3 new characters today? I did! Not gonna lie, wasn't expecting to get face out early. That was like 50 pity. I was not expecting that. Okay, so it does think For Tomorrow's Journey is good. Which I think I can go get that. No, I cannot. Do I not have that at all? Oh, that's unfortunate. Can you only get that from the Herta shop? I feel like I have that though. Can you really only get that from the shop? You can't. Oh. That's interesting. My cat is trying to curl up next to me. I mean, I can do this one for now. Just to have something on her. And we're gonna superimpose it while we're at it. So yeah, we'll do that. My Cypher has Luca. We'll keep the Hunt one on Face Out, and then we'll do that one. I will probably get Robin's Light Cone the next Battle Pass. So that'll be fun. I really don't want to do this damn event again. I really don't. Like, I really don't want to do that event, man. It's not fun. I don't like the dice game, man. It's not fun. I don't like it. I am gonna run that team that Evil showed me. Cypher. Yeah, she's wife. I love Cypher so much. She's so cool. No. Teehee. Let's see what it gives me. Day Demi is good. Ew. All of these are bad. All of these are bad. I don't like these. It was an event. What was an event? What? Having elation in Currency Wars? There's no way. There's no way. There's no way it was. Ooh, stretches? Hell yeah. Ooh. Dot contract, that's good. And a hydrate, I will do that. Blood flame, scent of gunpowder. Hold on. Yeah, see? It's still there. I can work with this. Bye, gamer. I can work with this. I do need this though because I'm dumb. You haven't even started yet? Haven't even started what? What are you talking about? You haven't even started what yet? What are you talking about? Robin or cast, easy win. I haven't done a Robin or cast team. I really haven't. This one? This one. This one. Should I? I've never actually done a cast team before. You know what? Fuck it. We'll let Yaguan carry for a little bit, and then we'll see how this rolls. We'll see what happens.
Stars favor us.
Yaguan is so fucking pretty, though. Like, it honestly hurts my heart how goddamn pretty she is. You know what I mean?
Fateful clouds scatter.
Doing some currency wars. Oh, thank you for the stuff. Alright, Lucky Star. Entering combat. Meh. Meh. Speed application. Let's do this one. Ooh. Lovely. Really? I have a 2-star Pele? I fucking hate that. I'll take it. Oh, the light cone.
Found me.
I'm excited to...
Destroy the skies.
I'm lagging, BRB.
I'll take it
Let me
all.
check my stuff. Did this say I'm unstable?
Best of luck. An explosive start.
You know what? Let's just end that.
Observe the heavens with my divinations. A bad omen. Don't thank me.
Failed to send you. Calm down, Damien. Alright, start giving me some peeps. Yes. Yes. Give me my peeps. I still need... What's her face would be beautiful. Yeah, that's fine. Let's keep her there for now.
Found me. Baneful clouds scatter. Have some sunshine. Dispel the gloom. Restore the skies. Come to me.
Failed to send you. Burn it all. I am strong.
Oh, I forgot how much I missed Mighty. I forgot how much I missed Mighty Mouse.
Best of luck. An explosive start. Observe the heavens with my divinations. Oh, that omen. Don't thank me.
Send you.
I'll take it all.
Burn it all.
Found me.
Now accept your punishment.
Best of luck. An explosive start.
Good job. Good job, team. No, it was probably me. It was most definitely probably me.
Have some sunshine. Dispel the gloom. Restore the skies. Come to me.
Forever do it. Through my blood. I failed to send you.
Found me.
Forever do it.
I've never actually seen her gameplay before. I know, I was just saying how much I missed Mighty. Like, I didn't realize how much I missed the man until he was gone. Like... Say, how thirsty are you? Are you very thirsty? I'm asking for a friend. Played. I think I heard somewhere that, like, they're saying that the Moranax team is gonna be our first all-male team once we get Aventurine SP. Which, like, I'm totally down for. I'm totally down for that. And Dung Hung, yeah.
Found me.
So feeble. Failed to send you.
What the fuck is that bird? I don't like that bird.
Have some sunshine. Dispel the gloom. Restore the skies. Don't be rash.
Failed to send you.
I'll take it all.
Conquer all lands.
You can't run.
Now accept your punishment.
You hear that, Zay? Accept your punishment. I'm dehydrated, man.
Lunar flame.
Failed to send you.
guessing these are Plan Arcadia villains, because I haven't seen these. And I don't know if I like them.
Found me. Have some sunshine.
So feeble. Forever do it. Fail to send you.
Why isn't...
With enough believers, lies become reality.
Oh, nice. I was gonna say, like... We weren't doing much healing there, folks! That's fine. Let's see... Nice! Good job, Blade. Let's do his just since I have him. Nice. Another white-haired boy? Oh no! Not another white-haired boy!
So feeble. I am struck. Fail to send you. Burn it up.
Did she just call Blade a cyberbully? Or mighty?
In lunar flame.
Take it all.
Fail to send you. Conquer all land.
Ooh, you got a picture? Put it in the Discord. I want to see it.
Accept your punishment. Forever do it. Fail to send you. So feeble. Fury upon you.
In lunar flame.
Cyberbully.
Fail to send you.
Have some sunshine. You can't run.
So feeble. It's over. Fail to send you.
These things have so much goddamn health. Damn it!
In lunar flame.
Yeah, I figured I wasn't gonna get that. That was crazy. That was insane.
Found me.
Blade of moonlight.
Oh, you did?
Failed to send you. I am struck. Burn it all.
Yeah, I can see how you'd like that.
Amateur.
Failed to send you.
In lunar flame.
I'll take it all.
He's more cute than hot, I think. He's more just cute.
You can't run.
Okay, I'm not liking this team setup, so I'm gonna go back to what I was gonna do. I'm not liking it. Like, I'm getting my ass beat. Dark blue hair. I'm fed well. Oh my god. Gift of Destiny. Surprise box. Uh-huh. Sure. Close enough.
Stars favor us. Sha.
Dugu 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 dugu. Bada 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 bada. Bada 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 bada. Sure, that still seems interesting. More interesting than what I was doing before. Hi, nope, not much tonight. We read a book. We read a little bit of some books, some ASMR yapping. And now I'm doing my dailies. I'm doing my dailies. Or I'm trying to anyway. I'm not having tons of luck. I'm not having tons of luck. Hi, Miriam.
Fateful cloud scatter.
Doing the dailies. Mainly just fucking around in Currency War, though. Which is what I like doing. No. No. Sure. Ooh. Ooh. Got all the bonds and whatnot a while ago. Yeah, I kind of just play it to play it. I haven't actually been doing it to get the stuff. I probably should, though.
I will protect all beauty.
God, he's such a himbo. I love this man.
Don't thank me.
Love this stupid man.
The heavens with my divinations. Best of luck. An explosive start.
Or you could not.
Wretched and fleeting.
Got caught up in the story in ZZZ today. How is the story for ZZZ? I haven't actually heard anything about it before. So, like, I don't actually know if it's good or not. I need... I need Hyacinth, like, bad.
I will protect all beauty.
Step onto the board. Press the attack.
The beauty is eternal. I will protect all beauty.
Fight for me.
An explosive start. Observe the heavens with my divinations.
Where I'm at, it's pretty interesting with more plot things happening. Most of the time it's funny, jokey stuff. I did see one scene that was kind of cool involving like a robot looking dude.
A bloody
I don't know anybody from that game.
Wretched and fleeting.
So far, so good. I just need a there we go. I was like, I just need a Hyacinth. That's all I need. Billy the Kid. Is that really his name?
step onto the board.
Is that really his name? That's funny.
Dispel the gloom. Restore the skies. Press the attack.
The beauty is eternal.
Fight for me.
My cat is laying on my blanket on my floor, and he's making biscuits through the blanket to my toes, and it hurts.
Protect all beauty.
Observe the heavens.
Aw, he said for a Drilla. That's cute. That's such a funny name. I love that. Icha.
Have some sunshine. A bloody fight.
Wretched and fleeting.
Press the attack.
Even if you don't play the game, I think checking the character trailers. Oh, that would be fun.
Don't be rash.
Because I still like that kind of game. I can't handle another gacha game right now. This game is eating up my life, and then once Sneznaya comes, I'm gonna be bum rushing through Genshin.
Fight for me.
Best of luck. An explosive start.
A bloody fight.
Wretched and fleeting. The beauty is eternal. I will protect all beauty.
Nice. Yeah, like I'm still at the same spot I was in Genshin. At this point, I'm just kind of like, okay, I need to Like at this point, I just need to bum rush through and get to get through Sneznaya. Or get through Nodcry. Should I do a playlist for ZZZ? Sure! Why not? I mean, there's probably a character playlist, like a character trailer playlist, already on YouTube. That's the one I've been using for Genshin.
Step onto the board.
So, I mean, you might not have to.
That's your sunshine. Dispel the gloom. Restore the skies.
Their jiggly physics just please me.
I will protect all beauty.
A bad omen. Don't thank me.
Fight for me.
Observe the heavens with my divinations.
I'm so excited to meet her.
Best of luck. An explosive start.
She seems like such a weird character. Like, weird as in, like, mysterious.
A bloody fight.
Beauty is eternal.
Press the attack.
Baneful clouds scatter. A bad omen. Don't thank me.
That's your sunshine. Dispel the gloom. Restore the skies. Fight for me. A bloody fight.
Beauty is eternal. I will protect all
Get him!
Shot. Don't make it win. Press the attack.
Good job, Sampo. I am still really shocked that Sampo didn't get an SP. I could have sworn that he would have. You know what I mean? Damn.
Favor us.
That was quick. Damn. Oh, nice. Move you here, put you here. Get rid of you. Yeah, fuck it. What is that?
Baneful clouds scatter.
Why is there a robotic pom-pom?
Step onto the board. Sweep away pain together.
You're hating him just to hate him. Oh, Sampo? I don't know. Once I did his quest and found out he's a masked fool, I started to get more interesting in him. It's a spoiler, but that pom-pom is fun. Yeah, I mean, it's cute. It's a cute pom-pom. Why? Fucking why?
Fight for me.
Best of luck. An explosive charge.
Beauty is eternal. I will protect all beauty.
Observe the heavens with my divinations. That omen. Don't thank me.
Insufficient cleaning power. Press the attack.
Wretched and fleeting.
Blessing in disguise.
A bloody fight.
Faithful cloud scatter.
Beauty is eternal. I will protect all beauty.
Dispel the gloom. Restore the skies.
Zero points.
Capture sunshine. Sweep away pain together.
Answer me. Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood.
Fight for me.
Best of luck. An explosive charge.
Zero points.
Blessing in disguise. Blessing in disguise.
Wretched and fleeting.
Toki rush. Dispel the gloom. Restore the skies.
Observe the heavens with my divinations. That omen. Don't thank me.
Press the attack.
Beauty is eternal. I will protect all beauty. Zero points. Zero points.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. I just want to see how far I can get. Doot. We're just gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going.
Stars favor us.
I'm also messing with my...
I will protect all beauty.
I'm messing with my chat box.
Onto the board.
Or I'm messing with how mobile looks.
Capture sunshine.
I do kind of like it up here.
Dispel the gloom. Restore the skies.
And what better way to test this than when I'm actually live?
Zero points.
A bloody fight.
Beauty is eternal. I will protect all beauty.
I'm Cinderella.
Divinations.
Dude, they are so tanky, man. Like, what the fuck stick? I don't understand it. I really don't. There's so many.
Explosive charge.
Wretched and fleeting.
Let's group these together. And then I can grab you.
Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood.
Press the attack.
The beauty is eternal.
That looks a little better.
Stars favor us.
Can you guys do me a favor and spam some emotes?
I will protect all beauty.
Just spam them.
Have some sunshine. Dispel the gloom.
Okay, it's working. Oh, okay. Good God. Where are the glass slippers? I don't have any. I don't have any glass slippers.
Bad omen. Don't thank me.
The beauty is eternal.
Press the attack.
I'm not a blueberry either. Oh, this is starting to suck. Well, it doesn't help that, like, the more you fail, the more, like, you are to not... Like, it just makes it harder. I'm... Okay, I guess I'm Cinderella now. Okay. I didn't think I was, but okay. I guess I'm Cinderella now. Hi, Uka. Let's see. Sure. I don't know. These bosses are tanky as all fuck, though. But hi! Hello, everyone.
Protect all beauty.
Aw, graduation. That's fun. I know. My kid has 2 more weeks of school, and part of me is like super excited because I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna be a first grader. And then the other part of me is like, oh fuck, I gotta spend all summer with this kid. Like, I love my kids, don't get me wrong, but like, I don't want to spend all summer with them. But graduation's fun. Mommy time being either sleeping or streaming? Yes. Or reading a book in a dark closet? Yes. Minecraft with the kiddos. Yeah, now that I've gotten better at Minecraft, like, my kid definitely still knows more than me. Like, he was making, like, TNT traps earlier, and I'm like, I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay. Like, he likes creative. Like, he likes to just go in and fuck around and find out. Some monster cookies as a gift? What are monster cookies? You'll love to borrow my books. A 4th of my bookshelf is almost full. My 4th bookshelf? Oh my god. Have you read them all? Or did you TBR all of them? Zay! We've been doing this for months. Literally, that would be my son. He'd be like, yeah, I already knew that. TVR was slowly working through them. That's fair. That's why I'm making the excuse that I'm just gonna read to all of you, because then that's gonna make me, it's gonna make me actually read my shit. See, if I just read to you guys, then I'll read. In my defense, writing is taking priority. That's true. That's true. Yeah, at this point, we're just gonna go till we fail. Which doesn't look to be much further. Wasn't worth it. Damn it. Was not worth it. That's fine. Next year will be the year I'll be published. Fuck yes.
Cloud scatter.
I will protect all beauty.
Step onto the board.
I'm gonna be like, I know that bitch. I knew her before she was cool. I knew her when she was thirsting over white-haired men. That's when I knew her.
Bloody fight.
Beauty is eternal.
Blessing in disguise.
My last message are, oh, monster cookies are monsters with M&Ms in it. Oh, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha.
Observe the heavens.
I knew her before she was publicly feral. I mean, you can be publicly feral. It's fine.
I will protect all beauty.
Ugh, come on. Give me some good cards. Monster cookies are to die for. I've never...
0 points.
I don't think I've ever had a monster cookie before.
0 points. Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood.
Press the attack.
The redemption. Judgment is here.
Beauty is eternal. I will protect all beauty.
You should bake them with your kid. I'll let my husband do that. I am not the kitchen person. That is definitely husband. Husband cooks. He bakes. If you give me a recipe, maybe I can figure it out, but I'm a dum-dum. Not by choice, mind you. So, male wife? Yes. Yes.
Answer me. 0 points.
Fight for me.
Best of luck. An explosive start.
This team also didn't do well. Jesus.
Protect all beauty.
Press the attack.
It's fine. We're just gonna go till we fail. The more times I can get it, the more I can rack up. Ooh. The fact that I haven't gotten any of the bitches I need makes me viscerally upset. Whatever. Oof. I know. All you gotta do is put M&Ms into cookie dough. Oh. I mean, that makes sense. It's in the title. I didn't think it was going to be hard. I meant it's more of like, I'll put something in the oven, forget it exists, go do something, and then, yeah.
Let us dance once more. A bloody fight.
All these Plan Arcadia characters are goofy.
And discuss serve the heavens.
Like all of these enemies. They be goofy.
That only. Don't thank me.
Don't leave it with me. Dispel the gloom. Restore the skies.
Test. 0 points. The beauty is eternal. I will protect all.
When's the next HMR stream? I'm waiting till next week. Because I want to take as much time as I can in 4.0. Dark and I did the math. I could technically do it in 2 streams. But that's with zero explanation, like zero exploration, zero talking about stuff. Like that's me pushing through the story. So I want to just do back-to-back streams of 4.0. That way we can like actually like the place, fall in love with it. I knew her when she told us to shut the fuck up. My husband was talking, okay? My husband was speaking. His words are important. Okay? It's worth savoring like a delicious cake. What are my thoughts on Plan Arcadia? It looks goofy as fuck. My thoughts so far is that Plan Arcadia looks goofy. It looks so goofy. Everybody keeps calling it the meme planet, and I'm starting to believe them. It's such a goofy looking place.
Fight for me. Press the attack.
Stars favor us.
Wretched and fleeting.
Don't leave it with me.
0 points.
A lot of people know things that I don't know. Because I'm still 3 patches behind. But I'm catching up, you motherfuckers! I'm catching up.
A bloody fight.
Answer me. 0 points. Test. 0 points.
Let us dance.
Sayu voices one of the Plan Arcadia enemies. Of course he does! Of course he does! Of course he fucking does. Not even surprised at this point. This will be the greatest joke. Like, okay, so speaking of you motherfuckers never being able to let go of Amphorius, I've heard a lot of rumors or like theories that people think the Saritsia is gonna look like Cyrene. Like she's gonna be the next Elysiai. And I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that. Because, like, she's the Archon of Love. Like, we've seen pictures of what the Archon statues look like, and they have elfin ears. So everyone's like, oh my god, it's gonna be Cyrene. And I'm like, oh, I just got out of the cave! I just got out of the fucking cave, and they're gonna pull me right back into it. Sayu voices everyone at this point. It's so true. Sayu voices everyone. It's fine. The man is doing what he be doing. It's fine. Enough I sometimes split his VTuber and him IRL up there because I knew about them both. Yeah, same. I knew about him as a VTuber first, but like I knew of him as a I knew of him as a voice actor as well. I just didn't realize the two characters were the same. Are you fucking serious right now? This is bullshit. This is such a bullshit run. Oh my god, finally. Whatever.
Baneful clouds scatter.
I will protect all beauty.
I don't know what she's gonna look like. But I know she's gonna be cool. And I'm prepared for it. Who else? I don't even fucking have Sparksy, which is so not cool. Yeah, I don't even think I'm gonna make it past this one. Imagine this Saritsa's element is pyro.
I will protect all beauty.
Kitchen players aren't ready to be trapped in their blizzard of love and trauma. No, they're really not. And like, I know there's another rumor that Child's gonna be the first Genshin character to get an SP, which I would totes be okay with. Because his kit kind of sucks. Not saying I even have Child to begin with, but if he got an SP that was actually worthwhile, I'd get him. I'd get Child. I would. Is something you're gonna laugh about in Genshin? Probably, because Genshin is hilarious.
Fight for me.
The beauty is eternal. I will protect all beauty.
Let us dance once more.
Oh, I did see that in the trailer. I thought that was interesting.
A bad omen. Don't thank me. Observe the heavens with my divinations.
I'm excited. Ether's been meaning to get a fucking AR whatever.
Let us dance once more.
Let him go fuck everything up. My boy deserves it.
Taxi sunshine.
Test. 0 points.
Pyro Traveler? Nah, Gun Traveler. This is discerning to my heart. So we're just gonna forfeit and hope that I have enough points because I'm so done. I'm so done watching this. Did I get enough? Oh, thank fuck. Oh, thank God. Okay, cool. God. Oh, yeah, I got facial. For everyone hopping in, I got facial. That happened. Tee. Yeah, we got face out, and then we ended up getting Robin as well. For face out. So we got Robin for face out. I will pull for Asheville when he comes back, because I'm pretty sure he will get a rerun. And then I also got... This makes me happy just because I finally got my last 4-star. I haven't had her yet. She was the only 4-star I didn't have. And I was kind of upset about it, so... Yay. So yay, but I can finally start using... I can finally start using my castress team. My castress team is built. Oh, wait, that's what I was gonna do. I forgot, I got relics, but then, like, I didn't actually... Doesn't want me to change anything. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, RMC and, Blade need better relics, but... I mean, the team is doable. The team is doable. It'd be funny if the game stops you from putting Robin either Sunday to match the Lord. No. I get what you meant. Yeah, not letting me put either. No. No. Those are my sister and my husband. But yeah. Okay, cool beans. So yeah, tomorrow we're going to do, yeah, see, I got 3 new characters. Fuck yes. Okay, so I need to, I gotta go do this. I'll do that later. I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow we're starting a new game. We're gonna play, Hades. Never played it before. Should be fun. I've heard great things about it. I've heard really good things about Hades as a whole. So I'm gonna give that a shot. I mean, I'm not necessarily good at games like that. Yeah, I'm not necessarily good at, like, roguelike games, but I think I'll be okay. Just in terms of... I think I'm only gonna play it, like, the one time just to see how I like it. But, I mean, if I do end up liking it, we'll play more of it, and I'll see if I can beat it. But I'm not holding my breath. Let's put it that way. I'm not holding my breath at all for... whatever. Let's see here. I am just gonna raid someone random. 'Cause I can. See you tomorrow. I hate you all. I hate you all. For points divergence in... I don't think they do merge. I think I gotta do both. It made me do both last week. Fucking sucked. Hated it. Yeah, good night, everyone. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm tired. I'm tired and I don't feel like it. Be free, little birds. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place, and go do whatever you want to do. Okay. I love you all. Bye.